Oval. 0467 920 222. I tell you what, Louis, the crowd is building up nicely, isn't it? No curtain raisers here. The Pantherettes, the Penrith cheer squad, have just been entertaining the crowd in the middle, but would be at around about 14,000, 15,000.
I went for a little walk just before when the other game was on, and it was pumping outside.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely pumping. And I don't feel like I've seen that many people here before, so it's a good sign for this game. Obviously, the local derby, you'd think it'd be pretty packed, but looks like there's been a lot of Penrith fans that have travelled this afternoon to get out here.
Also on the text line, Ants says, wondered if Jeff, who texted up and was Gibbsy's imaginary friend, Jeff, Lols, despite Gibbsy insisting a real person no one's ever seen or met him. Now, you're right, Ants, and I'm not sure whether it was imaginary, Jeff, but we can ask Jonty tomorrow, because that never upsets him at all. Dion's listening too. Hello, Dion. Nice to hear from you. Paul writes, Tyson Frizzell would have to be one of the best clubmen in the modern game. Go the Panthers. Lanny says, has Des got a call from Manly to return? Well, again, we like chaos, so that'd be outstanding. But if they hire him again, they won't.
You said you won't call the game there.
I didn't say that, but I may as well, because he's as much chance of coaching Manly again as I am. Would that be fair?
Yeah, you'd think so.
When are scrums going to resemble scrums again? On the 5th of never is the answer to that. Panther Black Gentleman is the name of the colour. 0467 920 222. And there's that question about MC. Afternoon, boys. Watching Stephen Crichton closely today, sometimes I feel he lives off his reputation. Missed 6 tackles today, despite being heralded as the best defensive centre in the competition. Rarely goes looking for work and doesn't contribute to carries from the backfield. His form this year nowhere near centres like Herbie. That's from Tom at Palmdale. Well, I didn't see much of the game today being here at Western Sydney Stadium, but that certainly wasn't the case at Canberra Stadium in the previous round, and he was playing left centre but bobbed up on the right side to set up a try for Connor Tracy, and I thought he was really actively involved, but I'd have to take a closer look at today's game. How have you found the form of Stephen Crichton?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's crazy out of form, but I wouldn't say he's been in form. And I'm only going to go off the text. So we did, like I'm with you, we only got to hear the game and get to see it. But sometimes you are entitled to a bit of an off game. 6 missed tackles for Stephen Crichton. I find that so hard to believe. So that is a shocker for him if he did have 6 missed tackles. Get it out.
Say it again.
Tackle for them.
That's what I thought you said. But Herbie Farnworth, he is elite. Michael Carianis has made his way down to the touchline. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Andrew.
The sun is still out. You're not in it. The shadows of the stands here, but you don't have a jumper on. Your songs, any sort of hoodie, and the atmosphere building nicely.
Yeah, decent crowd building here, Andrew. Obviously for the Battle of the West. Good conditions. The surface, as you alluded to earlier, is a little bit patchy still. Not as bad as last weekend, but nice dry track.
It is a dry track. And look, I know you're tipping Penrith, Louis, but do you see this being a tight one? Do you think Parramatta, as you say, they just kind of know how to push Penrith's buttons, but are they playing well enough if Penrith continue on this form they're in?
I don't think so. I personally believe Penrith will win by 20 plus.
Oh, right. You think it's going to be...
I think Penrith will win by 20 plus. It might be 26-0. I'm not too sure, but... yeah, look, I just feel like Penrith have just got so much in the tank at the moment. I feel like they're still 20% off where they're going to be. And they're getting better and better every week, which is very scary. For me, Parramatta have to play the perfect game this afternoon to beat them. And I think Penrith have to be off. So for that to happen, it's very hard.
You're going to have to show something special in attack, aren't you? Because Penrith conceded no points in their first round win over Brisbane. They conceded 1 try in the second half against Cronulla. It took 138 minutes for points to be scored against them this season. And they conceded the first try early in the game against the Roosters. It was Rob Toyer who scored, and they never conceded another one. So they've conceded 2 tries, MC, in 3 games, the Penrith Panthers, not to mention the fact that they're running in plenty of points as well.
Yeah, they've been unbelievable to start the year. I don't think I've seen the gap bigger between Penrith and the rest of the competition, because when you think of the sides that they beat Brisbane Roosters, Sharks, and a lot of people would have them in the top 4 to start the season, and they just handled them easily. So they've been outstanding, the Penrith Panthers, and I'm with Louis. If they're even near their best, they could win well here this afternoon.
You're tipping Penrith by a margin too, are you?
Yep, by 14.
Okay, that's very specific. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I think it might be a bit tighter than that, but if Penrith is playing at its best, I don't think anyone can beat them.
If Penrith play at their best, what's the score today?
If Penrith is at its best, they win 46-10, 46-6.
So they're going to be about, I reckon, 90%.
Then they win 38-4.
There you go. So you're saying tipping a big score?
If they're at their almost best, yes. But no, I think Parramatta's capable of lifting. Here they come, the Eels, the fullback, Isaiah Iongi. You should leave it closer to kickoff, Louis. The wingers are Bailey Simonson and Josh Adokar. Centres Brian Kelly and Sean Russell. 5'8" Jonah Pezzett. Halfback Mitch Moses. Lock Dylan Walker. Second rowers Kitione Kautonga and also Kelma Tuolangi. Front rowers are Junior Barlaw and Jack Williams. The hooker Riley Smith. No Jermaine Hopgood. He's suspended. The bench Talon De Silva, Sam Tuivati, Matt Dury, Luca Moretti, Charlie Geimer and Joash Papali. The coach Jason Riles, and being an away game for Parramatta, they come onto the field first there, and they're mainly a yellow or gold strip with the blue numbers, and they head down to the southern end to our right here at Western Sydney Stadium, nearly called the Panthers Stadium. Penrith about to come on out as well. Jersey flag around the grounds. Parramatta 14 leading Penrith 10. Queensland Cup second half, and it's the Brisbane Tigers 22 leading the North Devils 12. Halftime AFL. Fremantle by a goal. The Dockers 39 leading Richmond 33. Sheffield Shield final. South Australia 3 for 57 in its second innings, trailing Victoria by 6 runs. So the Panthers just keeping Parramatta waiting. They're the home team, but right throughout 2025 they used by choice the away dressing rooms, and here they come. The fullback Dylan Edwards, the wingers are Tom Jenkins. How many tries will he get today? He's on one wing and Brian To'o on the other. The centres Paul Alamotti and Casey McLean. 5'8" plays Talangi. Halfback and co-captain Nathan Cleary. Lock and co-captain Isaiah Yeo. Second rowers Lee Martin and Isaiah Papali'i. Front rowers Lindsay Smith and Moses Leota. The hooker is Mitch Kenny. The bench Billy Phillips, Scott Sorensen, Luke Garner, Isaac Tungor, Freddie Lussick and Jack Cole. The coach Ivan Cleary. The referee's out there in his orange top with the black shorts Todd Smith. The touch judges too, Drew Ultram and Michael Wise. And we've got Liam Kennedy in the bunker. So we've seen a couple of big upsets over the last 2 nights, with the West Tigers' comfortable win over the Warriors in Auckland. The Newcastle's 24-16 win over Canterbury Bankstown today at Stadium Australia. Do we have another one here? As round 4 of the NRL continues with Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis, I'm Andrew Moore. NRL Saturday gets underway. This middle game with Dylan Edwards kicking off. It's taken and caught by Jonah Pezzett, who's looking for someone to offload to. Found Jack Williams, and he shoved back to within 6 metres of his own goal line. Good aggressive start by the Panthers. Yeo was in there with Leota. Played now to Riley Smith. He sends the ball right edge, and the Parramatta side are 10 metres out from their own line on play 2. Now Smith goes left to Junior Barlaw. He's going to be caught 21 metres out from his own line. Centre field, southern end. Junior Barlaw, a guest on NRL Monday last week, and it was nice to catch up with him. Here's Parramatta just inside their 30. 4 tackles into the set. Dummy half Smith goes left to Kautonga, and he's caught 13 short of halfway. Put to the ground by Martin and Cleary, and also in there was Kenny. Now a kick from Moses on the last. 15 short of halfway. Drills it down the throat of Tom Jenkins. 12 out from the Penrith line. Heads over the 20 to the roar of the crowd, and now he's belted to the ground by Barlaw and Tuolangi. 27 out from the Penrith line. Now a long pass goes right to To'o. He's caught by Kautonga and Smith. 32 out from his own line. 1 minute 10 gone. No score. Down to the right on the next play. Alamotti dumped to the ground. Good defence from Kelly. 10 short of halfway. Kenny short side right goes to Cleary, but he's taken head on right on halfway. 8 metres in from touch western side by Kautonga. Edwards. He sends it left to Leota. He's over halfway. Williams over the top with Smith. 2 metres in Parramatta's territory. Last tackle. Panthers comes right to Cleary. Puts the kick up from 4 49 metres out. Coming in for it is Iongi. He has the catch. 18 out from his own line, and he's collared immediately right at that mark by Alamotti. No score on the board. 1:45 gone. Now it's Adokar. He's knocked to the deck just outside the Parramatta 20, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, both sides have started pretty well. I tell you what I like about Parramatta. It's Mitch Moses' kicking game. He's got to be on all night. He can kick him out of trouble. And they did it. They backed it up with a really nice defensive set, Parramatta.
Riley Smith goes left. Through hands it is now as Pezzett gets it away. Tonga on the edge. Oh, he nearly attempted a wraparound ball as he got through Alamotti. Finished off by To'o. Short of halfway. Played to Adokar. Goes right to Brian Kelly. And he's caught 3 metres in Penrith territory. 19 in from touch western side by Yohan Leota. Played on the last. Smith goes right. Moses with that much heralded kick. Down to the northwest corner. Straight down the throat of Dylan Edwards. 3 out from his own line. Heads over the 10. And he's going to be taken here by Walker and Barlow over the top. 12 out from his own line. Crowd of around 16,000 here at Western Sydney Stadium. Next play, and it's Tom Jenkins at first receiver. Centre field, he's caught. 21 out from his own line. Play quickly to Kenny. He sends it left, and McLean is tackled right on his 30-metre line. Plays the ball to Kenny. Goes left down to Isaiah Papali'i. He's wrapped up 11 metres short of halfway. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Kenny goes over inside right to Lindsay Smith. Great tackle by Williams and Smith. Just short of halfway. That's being Riley Smith on Lindsay Smith. On the last, it's a rush kick by Cleary. It's not a very good one. Bounces straight down to Iongi. 15 out from his own line. Heads over the 20 to Yohan Kenny. And he's going to be pushed backwards. 22 out from his own line. 3 minutes 15 gone, no score. Let's check in downstairs. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, pretty fast start from both sides. End-to-end action here at the moment. They've both been well disciplined with the ball and without the ball. But yeah, pretty steady start from both teams.
Now, flick pass out the backs is taken here by the Parramatta Eels. They've got it. 34 out from their own goal line. There's a great bit of work from Kelly. Played to Riley Smith. Goes left to Walker. He dummies, goes himself and claims 6 metres short of halfway by Lindsay Smith. Centre field, southern end. Riley Smith goes right to left. Has it away to Kelly. Steps into the defence of Cleary. 8 metres in Penrith's half. Last play, Parramatta, no score. Tonga goes right. The kick from Jonah Pezzett. He drills this. It bounces on its point. Edwards can't get there. To'o can just ahead of Josh Adokar. 11 metres out from the Penrith line. So, no score. 4 minutes gone. Penalty against Penrith. Rushing inside the 10. And that's helpful for the Panthers. 21 out from their own line, Luke Lewis, and about 10 in from touch western side.
Yeah, that's a rookie error there from Parramatta. They've been in the grind. They're getting their field position right. They're all set, and they just leave too early. They give the Penrith Panthers a penalty. They're going to kick upfield. Nathan Cleary will get a really good kick on this, and they'll be putting an attacking kick on the last play. So that's a poor mistake there from Parramatta.
Cleary finds touch 5 short of halfway. Tap taken by Alamotti. Goes left to Liam Martin, and he crashes into Tonga and Barlaw. 3 metres in Eels half. Kenny out of dummy half. He goes left out to Leota. Links up with Yo. Back to Talangi to McLean. He's up over the 40. Dragged to the ground by Russell. 30 out from the Parramatta line. 6 in from the eastern touchline. Played to Jenkins. Goes right to Papali'i. He's tackled 20 metres out from the Parramatta line. And 20 in from touch eastern side. Kenny to the right. Lindsay Smith to Yo to Cleary. Cleary short ball. Martin. Oh, they had a couple to his right, but he's tackled 7 metres out from the goal line. Kenny short side right to Cleary. Switcheroo back to the left to Leota. Big dummy. Beats Williams. Moses Leota. He's dragged down only a metre out. He plays on the last to Kenny. Fires it left to Isaiah. Straight through to score between the sticks. That is Penrith all over. Try to Yo. 5 minutes 30 gone, and Penrith strikes first. Penrith 4, Parramatta 0. Kick to come. Try to the co-captain right under the crossbar, Isaiah Yo.
And it just comes down to attention to detail. Parramatta, they come off a really early penalty. They give Penrith an opportunity to kick upfield. They get them in a great field position. They attack on play 2. They come back with another attacking rate. They get back to the middle of the field, and it's a beautiful pass out of dummy half to find Isaiah Yo with a little bit of footwork. Just comes off his left, gets back on the inside shoulder there, I think of Dylan Walker, and scores under the post. That's a really good work there from Penrith, but they look sharp once again, the Panthers.
Down to the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Oh, they're looking red hot again, the Penrith Panthers. Every time they touch the ball in that set, they look dangerous. Moses Leota, I thought, was going to slice through the play before. I thought it was going to be Liam Martin, but this time it was Isaiah. Nice bit of work out of dummy half from Mitch Kenny, and the Panthers are on again this afternoon.
I love that feeling too, Isaiah Yo. looked like the happiest man on planet Earth. First try of the year. 4-0 Penrith. Nathan Cleary from right in front lines it up 11 metres out from the southern goal line. We'll update scores around the grounds after the kick. Cleary, it's a gimme for him. Right foot kicker, and he pilots it between the sticks. So Penrith 6 leading Parramatta 0, and we've only had 7 minutes of play. NRL Saturday on ABC Sport around the grounds. Jersey flexed. It's Parramatta 14 leading Penrith 10. Queensland Cup now full time, and a win for the Brisbane Tigers over the North Devils by 22 points to 12. Super Rugby Auckland 14 leading Fiji and Drua 7. And that is in the first half over in Auckland. In the AFL half-time, Fremantle 39, Richmond 33. Shield final, South Australia is now in front of Victoria at 3 for 66 in its second innings, leading by 3 runs. Kick-off, and Penrith has it, 15 out from its own line. First half A-League women, Sydney FC and Melbourne victory 1-1. And now it's Penrith. Play 2, 23 out from their own goal line, leading 6-0. Yo plays the ball to Kenny midfield, goes left to Lindsay Smith, takes on the defence there of Williams and Barlaw, standing in the tackle, 33 out from his own line. Play it, says referee Smith. He does to Kenny, goes right, Yo, good strong run up the middle, dragged down 6 short of halfway by Kautonga and Smith. Now back to the left, Dylan Edwards got the pass away to Talangi, and the former Eel has scored 5 metres in Parramatta's half, 20 in from the eastern touchline, played on the last, comes right to Cleary for the kick. It's a midfield bomb down to the eastern side. Iongi, he flies through the air, comes down with it, beat McLean, beat another, and he's scored now 19 out from his own line. Nearly 8 minutes gone. Penrith leading Parramatta 6 points to 0. As there was a bit of Iongi and Papali'i and a bit of push and shove. Moses dummy half. He sends the ball left to Simonson, and he scored 22 out from his own goal line. There was Kenny and Yo. Played centre field. Comes left edge this time to Sean Russell in from right centre. He's wrapped up on his own 30-metre line. And Liam Martin was there. Riley Smith goes left again to Addo Carr. He charges into Alamotti and Leota and tackled 11 metres short of halfway and 11 in from the western touchline. Eels with the footy. Riley Smith. It's an awkward pass. Bounces. That went at about 0.3k an hour to Junior Barlaw, and he's wrapped up 13 short of halfway. Played on the last. Much better ball from Smith to Moses. Drills the kick down to the left wing of Jenkins. He takes it 10 out from his own goal line. Heads up to the 20. Accelerates and steps into Smith, and he'll play 27 out from his own line. 6-0 Panthers, Louis, 8.5 gone.
Yeah, well, Penrith again, they'll just get back into their systems. They'll kick into corners. I'll wait for Parramatta to make a mistake, but I can see what Penrith are doing at the moment. They're really making Riley Smith do a lot of work in the middle of the field. He's been in about 1,000 tackles already, and we're only 9 minutes in.
Make it 1,001 as he tackles Leota on halfway. It's played to Kenny to the left. Edwards to Lindsay Smith and away to Talangi. He's caught 5 metres in Parramatta's half. Plays the ball, and Isaiah Papali'i goes left to Edwards to McLean. Quick hands away to Jenkins. Jenkins gets past one. Links up with Casey McLean. Caught 25 out from the Eels line. 5 in from touch, far or eastern side. On the last, Edwards to Cleary. Takes them on. Got a pass that's knocked on by Parramatta. Liam Martin goes back for it for Penrith. Throws a dipsy doodle. Picked up by To'o. And it's going to come back for a knock-on against Parramatta. And a scrum feed for the Panthers, about 20 out from the Parramatta line.
You see what happened there? Nathan Cleary, he knows that Riley Smith's been coming at him hard, and he's been doing a lot of tackles. He's getting tired. Nathan Cleary got him straight back on the inside shoulder. He's going to get tired in the middle of the field. You watch how many spaces are going to be there for Dylan Edwards a little bit later in his half.
It's they call him a spot player, and he is being targeted, isn't he?
Hammered.
So now the scrum to be fed by Penrith. 20 out for the Parramatta line. Centre field, touchline, MC. Hello, Michael.
Yeah, sorry, Andrew there. They look really good there, the Penrith Panthers. Again, they're going left this side, but expect a wide shift on the right-hand side of the field after this play.
Right, glad you're listening, mate. Comes to the left to Jenkins. Tackled 17 out, played. Kenny goes open side right to Lindsay Smith. Wrapped up 10 out from the Parramatta goal line. 6-0 Panthers. Here they come again. 10 minutes 20 gone. Kenny, short side left, Cleary. Short ball away to Isaiah Papali'i. Straight pass two. He's over to score. And Penrith has 2 tries in the opening 10.5 minutes. That was too easy. Isaiah Papali'i straight through to score. Penrith 10, Parramatta 0, 10 minutes 40 gone.
No, they're just brilliant. Penrith, they're just doing everything right. They're waiting for their moments. They're not overplaying their hand. They look sharp on the edges. This time they look like they're going to play out the back, and it just goes nice and square. Nathan Cleary and just plays beautiful short ball. So Isaiah Papali'i looks like he was going over as easy as you like. He pretty much only gets one hand touched on him and scores a simple try. You'll be loving that, and that's a beautiful work there by the Panthers.
Michael Carianis, they look slick as ever, don't they?
Yeah, and isn't that man that scored that try, Isaiah Papali'i, back to his best, the form which we saw him play for the Parramatta Eels and become one of the most damaging back rowers in the game. Had an unhappy stint at the West Tigers. His first year at Penrith was hot and cold as well. Played a lot of middle, but now has found himself at home on the left side of the field and is back to his damaging best.
Kick will come now from Nathan Cleary. 15 out, 19 in from the eastern touchline. On the text line, Tom from Lutwidge says, during that sideline cross, sounded like Michael was too busy watching the AFL on his phone. I'm sure he's doing that, but I will say in MC's defence, he's also writing articles at the same time he's doing the sideline. He's got the laptop on his lap, notes, often an umbrella.
I find that so unprofessional.
That what he's working for his actual employer.
No, that he's doing 2 jobs at once.
Well, I'm glad he is. To be honest, I'm grateful. Here's Cleary. 15 out, 19 in from touch. 10-0, Penrith over Parramatta. Here at Western Sydney Stadium, a dozen minutes gone. Isaiah Yeo and Isaiah Papali'i, 2 tries within 5 minutes. How many times have 2 Isaiahs scored the first 2 tries of the game? Cleary strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He's 2 out of 2. Penrith 12, Parramatta 0 here at Western Sydney Stadium on NRL Saturday. Also on the text line, exciting start. Congrats to the Panthers, early scorers playing for the Eels. Thank you, Andrew, Luke and Michael. That's Missy. Hello, Missy. G'day, legends. Para will beat Penrith today. I reckon 90% of teams are offside when kicking off. Keep an eye on it and see what you think. Oh, no, I don't want to do that, Brent, because then it'll drive us crazy. TV on mute, listening to the best call of the game. Keep up the great work. P.S. Is MC impressed with the mighty Lions win at St Kilda today? Are you, Michael?
No.
Here's the kickoff taken by Edwards. Gives it left to Moses Leota. Wrapped up 12 out from his own line. 13 in from the western touchline. Great question, though, Brent. Ball played to Kenny, goes left. Liam Martin wrapped up just inside his 20. 20 in from the western touchline by Walker. Now, back centre field, it's Yeo. Isaiah's caught 29 out from his own line. Penrith with it, already up 12-0. Kenny goes right to Dylan Edwards, steps into Kautonga and Smith again. 11 short of halfway. Now Mitch Kenny goes right. Leota away to Liam Martin. Liam Martin, good strong run on the right edge. Finally claimed 2 metres in Eels half. Last play, Penrith. Kenny, short side right to Cleary. Who else? The kick, a midfield bomb from 48 metres out. Isaiah Yongi, up they go. And coming away with Talani. Over the 10, bye-bye! See ya! 16-0. They might get to 4,000. 13 minutes gone. Penrith 16, Parramatta 0. The bomb from Cleary. Iongi was tentative. Talangi was not. Won't he enjoy that scoring against his old team? It's already 16. Block, Louis.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? They've just gone back-to-back again, the Panthers. They get up to halfway. They do what they do. They kick high. They get their chase right. And everyone looking at the ball. Blaze Talangi does not take his eyes off it. Gets up and competes. Comes down with it. And then it's just a sprint race to the try line. And gets a really nice, simple try for the Panthers. And I tell you what, if they keep going at this rate, it's going to be 40-50 at half-time.
Down to the touchline, Michael.
Have Parramatta touched the ball since their Isaiah try? I know there was a knock-on in the middle of the field. I think it was by Jack Williams, which gave the Eels a set, the Penrith Panthers a set restart. But have they touched the ball? When was the last time they touched it?
Kicking off.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is absolute dominance, isn't it? And now Cleary 15 out, 5 or 6 to the right of the post. 3 tries in 7 minutes. And remember, this is the best defensive team in the comp by some way. 2 tries conceded in 3 games plus 14 minutes. And they lead 16-0. You'd think it's about to be 18-0. Parramatta Eels fans must be devastated already. Cleary for his third straight goal. Right boot, strikes it, likes it, kicks it again. He's 3 out of 3. Penrith 18, Parramatta 0 here at Western Sydney Stadium.
18-0 in 15 minutes.
I know. What did you say, Penrith by 20 plus?
20 plus.
That might be the half-time lead. Might be the quarter-time lead. Around the grounds and in the Jersey Flag being played. Parramatta lead that 14-10 over Penrith. Rugby, Auckland 14, Fijian Drua 12. Third quarter AFL, Fremantle 39, leading Richmond 33. Sheffield Shield final, South Australia 3 for 77 in its second innings, leading Victoria by 14 runs. Kickoff's taken by Edwards, gives it left to a barnstorming Liotta. Wrapped up 12 out from his own line. A-League women first half. Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory locked at 1 apiece. So now it's the Panthers again with it. Liam Martin's tackle, 21 out from his own line by Walker. Plays the ball to Kenny and goes left to Yo. And Walker is there with Riley Smith again by Louis' tackle count. That's now 1,307. Played to Kenny. Goes left to Lindsay Smith. And this time he's wrapped up by Tuolangi. 34 out from his own line with Moses. Played to Kenny, goes right to Edwards. Steps into Walker and co. And Jack Williams is there again. And Tuolangi's 5 short of halfway, and he lost the ball, Dylan Edwards. Gee, that's a momentum killer even for Penrith. They are totally dominating, and Dylan Edwards makes a very rare mistake. And Parramatta will get a scrum feed, 5 metres in Penrith territory, 15 and a half gone. Panthers 18, Eels 0.
Yeah, it was holding the ball, and then one of the Parramatta players run past, and just the point of the ball hits his knee. A little bit unlucky there, but loose carry. This is Parramatta's best opportunity. I'm with Carry Arns. Can't remember the last time they've had the ball in hand. So important they complete this set.
So now Parramatta wins the scrum. Riley Smith sends the ball to the right edge, and the tackle made 38 out from the goal line. Simonson plays it to Smith, goes left to Williams, and he's going to be held up 31 out from the Penrith line. First real chance here for Parramatta, and it's coming up to 16 minutes. Smith goes left to Moses, centre field. Short ball, Pezzett, back on the inside, Kautonga, strolled through Liam Martin, and Kitioni's now taken by Liotta, 25 out from the goal line, centre field, northern end. Riley Smith goes right to Mitch Moses, then away to Williams. He's caught, 14 out from the Penrith line. Still a couple of tackles left for the blue and gold. Riley Smith goes left to Walker, flat pass to Barlaw. Brilliant defence there. Ball and all tackle from Liam Martin, and his teammates join in, including Yo, 4 metres away. Last tackle, Eels. Smith goes left. Pezzett dummies it, got the pass to Kautongi, goes without it. Dylan Edwards comes away with it for Penrith, and he's caught 10 out from his own line. Opportunity goes begging. Played to Kenny, goes left to centre field. He's wrapped up 18 out from his own line. Back to the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, they had him stripped for numbers as they give away a penalty now to compound that error of the Parramatta Eels. They look good on that left-hand shift. If Jonah Pezzett had just found his mark, Josh Adokar would have liked an opportunity to get around Brian To'o.
Lily, I know it can be easy to criticise Parramatta giving away another penalty when they've got Penrith pinned down, but it must be increasingly difficult when you're fatigued and frustrated and you're down 18-0 in no time.
Well, that's why Penrith do it. Penrith they'll just play, the real simple ABC football, and they do it at 100 miles an hour. Put the fatigue into Parramatta, and that's why you get the penalties. That's their whole game plan, is make them tight, then they'll make mistakes, and then you'll get your chances. So they're doing that. They're awesome at the moment.
And they get a set restart. Liam Martin 40 metres out, and he loses the ball. And now he's got to push and shove in there with Isaiah Iongi. So Penrith 2 mistakes in a row. And that was a tackle 0. Liam Martin put it down. Parramatta scrum feed, 12 short of halfway. 18-0, Penrith leads Parramatta. And 18 minutes gone. Earlier, a big upset at Stadium Australia. Newcastle, tremendous win over Canterbury Bankstown. 24-16, having led 16-0 at half-time. So it's just got a bit sloppy, hasn't it? With 3 mistakes in the last 3 sets. 2 from Penrith, 1 to the Eels. And Parramatta will get a scrum feed. And it's unlike Penrith to let a team off the hook like they've done the last couple of sets. Smith goes right from the scrum win, and Simonson's caught 9 metres short of halfway. Riley Smith dumbing half set restart given away by Isaiah Papali'i. First one of the day for Parramatta, 3 metres short of halfway. Riley Smith awaits after the tackle by Liotta. He goes centre field left to Walker, turns it back into Williams, got past Leona into Lindsay Smith, and Leona missed him again. And he's still going, Williams, 7 metres in Penrith's half. Smith goes left to Peasant, plays out the back of Yongi, show and go from him into Cleary and Alamotti and Martin. He's near the touch line, he's over the touch line, surely. Well, that's a penalty. I think that's the fault of the touch judge. He took a week and a half to put his flag in the air.
I agree. He was on the sideline. He didn't put his flag up.
When they go out, sir, put the flag up. One job.
Yeah, he was out straight away. Then he puts it up 3 minutes later.
That is
disgraceful.
MC, do you agree or not?
I agree with you, boys. No doubt whatsoever. And Liam Martin copped a serve from Isaiah Young a couple of moments ago, and then he just returned the favour then.
What were you? You're flabbergasted.
That'll do me. I was just watching the touch judge again on the replay. He's seen him go out and then doesn't put his flag up, waits 5 seconds, then puts it up, and that's why the penalty comes.
I don't blame the referee. It's all the touch judge. Here's Parra, 22 metres out. Peasant gets a pass to the right edge. They're only 18 out from the goal line. The Eels down 18 points to nil. Nearly 20 minutes gone. And Penrith gives away another set restart. They must lead the world in restarts conceded. They're 12 metres out. Kautonga nearly dropped it. Been held onto it. Plays it to Smith. Goes right to Moses. Turns it into Williams. And he's felled 8 metres out from the Penrith goal line. Smith dummy half. Spiraling ball to the right to Moses. Then away to Peasant. Peasant got the pass on to support. But the tackle made 2 metres out from the line on Russell. Simonson wanted the ball. In fact, it was Iongi who took the tackle. Now ball bounces to Peasant. Goes left to Walk. Another set restart. But they kick on the first play. It's going to reap a reward. Josh Alokar gets there and scores a try. Or has he? Did he lose it? We're going to the bunker. Here's Todd Smith.
Okay, Liam. Have no try on the grounding. We have a 6 again for 10 metres on Liam Martin. Believe Parramatta didn't know they had it, mate. He kicked as on signal it, so we go back there, we done the grounding.
So he doesn't score, it'll be a penalty to Parramatta because they've given away
kick chase onside.
given away 3 set restarts in a row.
At first glance, I don't think he got it down either, but
Josh Adokar has possession at this point.
Cross comes top.
he's lost it.
Ryan Toto is just making the tackle around the player's arms.
That's a sitter.
That's amazing from Toto, but Adokar will be kicking himself. All he had to do is fall down and score.
Absolutely. But you've got to give Brian Toto, that's to turn around and even have a crack at still stopping that try. So that's a big play there from Brian Toto. They had him shot on that right edge too also. Sorry to jump in there with Isaiah Yongi. He nearly had, what's his name, Casey McLean burnt. He was gone. So they're looking a little bit vulnerable on the edges, Penrith, at the moment.
So it comes back for Parramatta 10 metres out with a penalty for Liam Martin offside. Penalties 2-all. So here come the Eels again. It comes left to Williams. Tackled 7 metres out, and Penrith still has only conceded 2 tries in the competition thus far. Walker goes right to Barlaw, taken by Papali'i, 8 metres out from the goal line. They're on the attack here, the Eels. Smith goes left, Moses away to Peasant. Peasant throws one out the back to Adokar. Steps in field. William Martin can't make the tackle, nor To'o. Cleary can, 8 metres out from the goal line. Ball's going to be played. Another set restart. Goodness me, Penrith. It's the only thing that frustrates me watching there. Moses gets the ball away. Iongi to Russell. Edwards is across there with McLean to make the tackle. 8 metres out, 3 metres in from the eastern touchline. Parramatta still attacking down 18-0. Moses, a long ball left to Walker. Got the pass away to Peasant. He links up as well with Kelly. Then away to Adokar. He's got to score. He does. Penrith basically handed that to Parramatta because of their ill discipline. Try to Adokar, not to be denied the Fox. He's over. The Eels fans have something to cheer about. 21 and a half gone. Penrith 18. Parramatta 4 after about 6 sets in a row for the Eels.
I like what Parramatta did here. They went from one side of the field and they didn't lay one back in the middle so Penrith could get their numbers right. They go straight back to the left edge, and then Brian Tyler just gets caught for speed. Really nice skill from Parramatta to get the ball to Adokar. Everyone doing their role. The passes is all out in front. And Adokar, when he gets the ball, all he has to worry about, because it was a really good pass, he just has to worry about putting the ears back, using his speed, and getting down low and getting that try. And that's a good work there from Parramatta to bounce back, considering they've been under the pump for the opening 20 minutes.
It's a heck of a battle out there between Adokar and Brian To'o. The points at the moment to Adokar, 18-4 Panthers, Michael Carrianis.
Yeah, as Lewis said in the lead up to that try, they look a little bit vulnerable at the moment, the Penrith Panthers. On either edge, the shift from Parramatta is nice and quick. They can't play in the middle of the field against this Penrith side, so the plan is obvious. Try and get to the edges as fast as they can, and they've had a little bit of success.
They have. You sound like a Kiwi there for a second. Here's the kick now from Mitch Moses, 23 out, 1 metre in from the western touchline. Penrith 18, Parramatta 4, 23 minutes gone. Is this the beginning of the climb back for the Eels? Here comes Moses. He strikes it, heading towards the post. It's going across the face. No goal. So it remains a 14-point advantage for the Panthers. 18-4 over Parramatta. You're with Luke Lewis, Michael Carrianis. I'm Andrew Moore on ABC Sport. Has Andrew ever said GSP before half-time? Don't think so. Don't think so. Touchy was talking to the ref before he put the flag up, which is why he took a while. He's a bloke, can't do two things at once. Oh, I can sympathise there. Thanks for the call, legends. Driving to the Tweed Coast from Sydney. Glad to have you guys for the trip calling the footy. Joe and Sully. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Sully. Martin, penalty was for a head slam from Martin. I thought he'd said offside. Thanks for that text. Discipline, says Mitch, who's a Parramatta fan. Now the kick-off. Neil wants to know under what circumstances the team allowed to declare in the NRL. Well, look, Parramatta's taking a fight here. Penrith 18, Parramatta 4, 16 minutes 30 to go. And here's an offload to Williams, to Walker to Williams. He's tackled 28 out from his own line. And Parramatta's playing better than Penrith in these last 5 minutes or so. And as I say that, they knocked the ball on, and it's Kilmer Tuilagi. So,
You're slack.
didn't mean to do it. Parramatta will concede the scrum feed to Penrith. 33 out from the Eels line. Penrith 18, Parramatta 4 with 16 minutes 10 left in the half.
And just like that, Parramatta are in the game. They were starting to get a sniff. Andrew gives them a wrap, and then they drop the ball coming out of their own end. And I reckon it'll be hard for the whole Penrith out here. So, you Parramatta fans, just...
Parramatta Rachel, among others, I apologise. And she's written into devastated, Andrew. Honestly, kind of used to it, Lols. In my 39 years, I get used to having some hope, and then games going, nah. Lols from Parramatta Rachel. Penrith have it, and they've just been granted a set restart on their own as Leota is taken 26 out from the Parramatta line. Penrith looking for a fourth try. Kenny goes left to Lindsay Smith. A well-timed pass to his left to Papali'i, claimed there by Williams and also Tuilagi. 13 out from the goal line. Dummy half Kenny goes right to Yo. Isaiah Yo, who scored the first try of the game. Here he scored only 6 out from the line, in line with the right upright. Dummy half Kenny goes left to Cleary, links up out left to McLean. Set restart for Penrith. Parramatta inside the 10, says Todd Smith. Penrith start a new set 4 metres out. Papali'i to Cleary, cut out ball to Leota. Quick hand off there to Edwards. Edwards takes on Kautonga, and 2 other defenders shoved to the ground. 8 metres out from the line. Pezzett was in over the top. Now Kenny, centre field left to Cleary, puts in a kick, bounces off the upright. Tell me that wasn't deliberate. Go on, I dare you.
It wasn't.
He's hit the upright, and Lindsay Smith, the front rower, flying through, grabs the ricochet to score. 14 minutes 40 to go in the half. Penrith 22, Parramatta 4. He's just got out his bag of tricks, Nathan Cleary. He's smiling, and why wouldn't he? He got that kick off Mary Fowler, there's no doubt about it. 22 points to 4, Panthers lead Luke Lewis.
Oh, it's a G-up. If he was aiming for that at that speed, it's absolutely ridiculous. Because when it first come off his boot, he did said intentionally put it at that post. And if it doesn't hit it, it's going dead for sure. And then I don't reckon Lindsay Smith couldn't believe his luck. It's just hit the post, it's pulled up like it's got Velcro on it. And he puts it down as easy as you like, and they're back on the scoreboard, the Panthers. 22-4, kick to come.
I'll bet you, Louis, anything I've ever earned, all $7.28 of it, that was deliberate. Because you're right, he drilled the kick.
He drilled it, but he nailed the execution.
I'm going to MC after the kick because Cleary is 12 metres out, just to the left of centre. That was incredible. Penrith 22, Parramatta 4. So the mistake came from Tuolangi with Parramatta just getting its way back into the game, and Penrith make them pay. Fourth try of the afternoon so far for Penrith. 26 and a half minutes gone. Here comes Cleary. So far 3 from 3. And with the right boot, he makes it 4 from 4. Kicks it. 24 points to 4. Penrith over Parramatta. Down to you, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, that was amazing from Nathan Clear. I'm with you boys. He hit it so hard that there was only 2 alternatives there. One, it was going to go dead. Otherwise, it was going to hit the post and give themselves an opportunity to score a try. Amazing work. And Lindsay Smith, well done for the big man pushing through and chasing that kick, because there was no other player within the picture.
So now the restart will come from Parramatta. They must be just thinking, hang on, what are we doing here? We've just played so well for a period of time, and yet we've scored 4 points and Penrith scored 6. Dylan Edwards from the kickoff. He sends the ball left, and that looks like Scott Sorensen on the field, who's mauled to the ground, 10 metres out from his own line, and it was Scott Sorensen. Now it comes left to Liam Martin. He's taken by Smith and Walker, 21 out from his own line. Now to the right they go. Penrith Panthers with the footy through Alamotti. He's tackled right on his own 30. Over the top there was Pezzett and Kautonga. Yo centre field. Goes left to Langi, away to Papali'i. Bounce through Moses. Now caught for 14 or 15 short of halfway. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Dummy half Kenny. Short side left to Langi to Edwards. Cut out ball to Jenkins. Old Milky down the touchline. He gets it back on the inside. And streaking away to score is Casey McLean. He strolled through one tackle. They've gone length basically. Penrith is running amok. Try to Casey McLean. Their 5th try. 12 minutes 20 to go in the half. It's Penrith 28. Parramatta 4. Kick to come. I'm going to do it, Lou. I don't think I've ever done it before. Game, set, bingo. Penrith's going to win, and there's still 52 minutes to go.
And that's a record game set bingo too, Andrew, which I love. With 12 minutes to go before half time. But this is, again, just champagne rugby league from the Panthers. Their execution, their attention to detail is absolutely beautiful. It's the exact same set. They kick off, they take their carries, they set up the middle of the field, they throw that long pass, they get over to the other side half in Mitch Moses, then they look at a short side. The short side set up perfectly. Dylan Edwards, great execution, comes up a really nice pass there down the sideline there. I think it was fine. Thomas Jenkins, and then it's just a 2-on-1 in the backfield. Casey McLean pushing up in support. Too quick, too strong, too good, the Panthers.
That pass from Edwards was amazing. And then he got straight past Russell, did McLean. Touchline Michael Carianis.
Yeah, that whole passage of play, well, this whole opening 30 minutes has been amazing from the Penrith Panthers. They're just so composed, and their passes don't hit the deck. This is the amazing thing. There's no errant passes which forces a catcher to adjust. They can do everything at speed because all their passing's pinpoint. And now that you've called game set bingo, come on Parramatta, make him sweat.
Hey, I'd like to see it. Just a bit of sweat, not too much. Here's Cleary, 14 out. 5 to the left of the post. If it was the other way round, I wouldn't be saying it, because we've seen Penrith come back from ridiculous situations. Nathan Cleary moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He's 5 out of 5. Penrith 30, Parramatta 4 here at Western Sydney Stadium. 11 minutes still to go in the half.
It's 30 to 4.
Yes.
11 minutes to go in the half.
It's better than a point a minute.
It's legit. They're looking at like close to 44, 46 before half time.
Their Jersey flag team too, Penrith. They were trailing 14-4. They've just gone bang, 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 and they now lead Parramatta 22 to 14. Queensland Cup first half, no score. Burleigh and Northern Pride, no score. Sunshine Coast and the Clydesdales. Rugby second half, Auckland 14 leading Fiji and Drua 12. AFL third quarter, Fremantle kicking clear of Richmond 69 to 34 from the kickoff. The Panthers have it 12 out from their own goal line. In the Shield final, South Australia's lost 2 quick wickets. Jason Sanger for 34 and Jake Lehman for 1. To be 5 for 81, second innings, only 17 runs in front of Victoria. So now Penrith on its 20. Liam Martin plays it. It comes centre field left to Isaiah Yo. Strong run up to the 30. Finally put to the ground after a 10-metre run by Kilmer Tuolangi. Now goes right to left. Smith to Tuolangi, to McLean, to Jenkins. Jenkins going to go over the touchline. No. He got a flick pass back to Blaze Tuolangi, and he's monstered to the deck by Russell. 5 short of halfway. 5 in from the eastern touchline. Comes right to Isaiah Papali'i. He scored 3 metres in Eels half. Last tackle Penrith, who lead Parramatta 30 points to 4. Cleary the kick from 46 metres out. Crossfield, well, blow me down. He's made a mistake. It's a shocking kick. It's out on the full. And it was from Nathan Cleary. This is a dude who from 10 metres away kicked the ball at 7 million k an hour and hit the upright for a try to Lindsay Smith, who boots this straight over the touchline. So Parramatta get a changeover, Louis, 2 short of halfway.
I'm not Gene up. I reckon is there a little thing out there that he's hit the like a wire or something? He doesn't do many things wrong.
Last score by Parramatta, but cleaned up by Kelly. He scored 5 metres in Panthers territory. Played to Smith. Goes right to Dylan Walker. Walker's going to be taken here by Isaiah and Papali'i. 11 or 12 metres in Penrith's half. Now Riley Smith. Cut out ball. Goes right to Moses. Links up with Tuolangi. He's caught by McLean and Tuolangi. 28 out from the goal line. Riley Smith comes left. And that's with Kilmer Tuolangi. He's caught 20 metres out. Yo with the defence. Smith goes left on the open side, and Walker got the pass away. Penrith defending their own line. Parramatta 8 metres out from the goal line. At dummy half goes to Riley Smith. He sends it right, and Kilmer Tuolangi goes without it. It's knocked on. So Penrith survived that attacking raid coming from Parramatta. It's going to be a change over to the Panthers on their own 10-metre line. 8 minutes 40 to go first half. Penrith 30, Parramatta 4. Your texts are welcome. 0467 920 222. As from the restart, Brian To'o has scored 15 out from his own line. Now it's played and comes right to Alamotti. Forced across field, still inside the 20.
So what you'll see now usually is if when Penrith make a mistake like that kick out, they'll defend the set and they'll just get back into their next 3 or 4 sets of just completing, getting to 50 and kicking to the corner.
So now Penrith inside their 30. To'o plays it. Comes to the left. Yo away to a juggling Tuolangi. Terrible pass. Good hands from Papali'i. And then he takes Kilmer Tuolangi on a bit of a stroll with him, along with Russell. 13 short of halfway. They work it right to Sorensen. He's caught about 7 metres short of halfway. In fact, that's Billy Phillips on the field. Plays it to the left. Tuolangi puts up a midfield bomb. Coming down on the Parramatta 30. Isaiah Iongi, up he goes. Jenkins, I reckon, touched it first and knocked it on. And Parramatta dive on the footy. 25 out from their own line. 7 minutes 40 to go in the first half. Penrith 30, leading Parramatta 4 is now Sean Russell. Taken 31 out from his own line. Onto the field now for Parramatta comes Talon De Silva. Well, boy, he won them the game last week against St George Illawarra. They were down 14-6 and he changed everything in a 20-odd minute cameo. But a bit tougher task here today. He's into dummy half. He sends the ball right. Simonson tackle 2 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball to De Silva. Goes open side left to Dury. Got straight past Sorensen, who comes back at him with 2 others. Dumped to the ground with help from Billy Phillips. 36 out from the line on the last. Parramatta with it. Jonah Pezzett. Goes left to Moses. Links up with Iongi. Short ball to Kelly. A poor pass that Adokar can't handle. Knock on. Changeover. Penrith get the footy. 25 out from their own line. Penrith 30. Parramatta 4. 7 minutes left. On the text line 0467 920 222. Can you please include the Melbourne Derby Super Netball score? Yes, sure. Why not? It is the third quarter, and it's the Mavericks leading. Melbourne Mavericks 42, Melbourne Vixens 38. You put the mocker on them. I'm not sure I have. Here's Dylan Edwards. Takes them on up the middle. Wouldn't be the first time, though, and he's tackled 2 metres short of halfway. He plays the ball to Kenny. Goes to the right side. It's Sorensen hitting it up the middle. Into the defence. Headed up by Kilmer Tuolangi. Matt Turin. He's still going. Finally dragged down 38 metres out from the Parramatta line. Ball played to Kenny. Goes to the right to Cleary. Turns it on the inside of Martin. And Martin's claimed by Tuolangi and also, or rather Kautonga. And also in there was Sam Tavidi on the field. Now it's Nathan Cleary beating 1. Dragged down 16 out. Last play though. Kenny. He dummies right. Goes left back to Cleary. He's tackled. Got a one-hander away to Tuolangi. Throws an intercept. Shocker from Tuolangi. Here comes Russell. He's over the 30. Casey McLean in pursuit on Russell. Got him. Dragged him down 29 metres metres out after the mistake from Blaze to Lungy. The ball played to Silver. Goes right to Moses. Links up now with support and a tackle made. 14 metres out from the line on Iongi. He'll play. What a chance here for Parramatta. Long ball. Moses to Peasant. Got it away to Kelly over the 20. Left foot step. Runs straight through Liam Martin. And it's a set restart. Going to Parramatta, their 5th of the half.
For what?
I didn't hear that one. Comes right now to Sam Tavidi. He's caught 8 metres out from the line. 30-4, Penrith leads Parramatta. 5 left in the half, but here's a great chance for the Eels as Moses sends it left and back his way into the defence is Kilmer Tuolangi. 8 metres out, stood in the tackle, plays the ball to Silver, goes open side left to Moses, passes it along the ground, picked up well by Isaiah Iongi. A right foot step, but he's nailed. 17 out from the goal line by Sorensen. Now he comes left again, and Jonah Peasant just drops it cold under no pressure. Knock on Parramatta. Penrith scrum feet on their own 10. Panthers 30 Eels. 4 down to the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, that's the difference. Well, there's lots of differences between these two sides at the moment, but you look at Penrith's passing, and it just generally don't hit the deck. Obviously, that was a poor pass from Blaze to Lungi, which allowed Sean Russell to march upfield, but look at Parramatta in that good ball set. There was a couple of occasions where the passes just didn't hit the mark, and against the side of the defence, as well as the Penrith Panthers, you can ill afford to do that.
On the text line, Michael, 0467920222. Jim from Gloucester says someone should tell Parrot half time you've called GSB, see what happens in the second half. Very brave, Andrew, but I agree with your call. Chrissy in Hobart. Seem to recall Andrew's game set bingo stuff up was also Parramatta v Penrith. It was, I think you're quite right, but that time it was against Penrith. I declared I'd never do it against Penrith again. As they're 32 out from their own line, ball played. Kenny goes right clear, he dummied the kick, then hands it back on the inside to Yo. In the tackle, he got it away to Edwards, but he's playing 12 metres short of halfway on play 4. Kenny back to the right side to Yo. Right up the middle goes Isaiah. Isn't he having a game? Who isn't for Penrith? And he strolls over halfway. Last tackle though, Penrith. Kenny goes right clear of the kick. Straight down the throat of Isaiah Iongi. Good chase, Alan Motti. Timed his tackle brilliantly. 18 out from the Parramatta line. Dummy half Peasant goes right to Adokar, runs out of room, and he's scored 25 out from his own goal line. So the score line with 3 minutes to go in the half. Penrith 30, Parramatta 4, and there's concerns here, Louis, about Parramatta forward Sam Tuivasa, who was outstanding against the Dragons last week as well. He's down with the trainer on halfway.
Yeah, doesn't look good. It looks like he's clutching at his shoulder, and he's in a pretty uncomfortable position there at the moment. So sort of the way that he's holding it looks like a bit of an AC joint. He's not very comfortable, but it looks like he's going to come from the field. We've got a bit of stoppage in play now. We're just checking it, but very uncomfortable.
So, yeah, he's still down with the trainer, Michael Cariana. Sam Tuivasa, who's been in really good form.
He's been outstanding for him so far this year, giving him some real punch and impetus off the bench, but he's just getting that shoulder attended to now. There's 3 minutes left on the clock. They've got the interchange card out potentially to use. It'd be Jack Williams who'd return to the field, but they're just giving him a bit more of an assessment on the field right now, but they're turning to the bench, so could be drama here for the young prop.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he can go on. Although he's getting to his feet now, Sam Tuivasa.
I'd call a HIA here, I reckon.
For a shoulder injury?
Yeah. Yeah, see?
Oh, they do. Okay. So he's going to go and get assessed. And it will be play the ball for Adokar, that 27 out from his own line. 3 minutes to go in the half. 30 points to 4. Penrith over Parramatta. I won't pretend to know that it's not a head injury.
No, but he's even shaking his arm and his shoulder. But they'll just use it as a free interchange.
It was a Kurt man who was sent for an HIA, and he said, but it got me in the ball. Is that Kurt man?
I don't know.
A couple of years ago, MC, do you remember that one?
Yep, that's him. And that was the incident.
Here's Parramatta, 14 short of halfway from the restart, trailing 30 points to 4. Ball played now. 12 short of halfway to De Silva. Goes right Moses. Short ball to Tuolangi. And he's almost through, but taken 3 metres in Penrith territory. Quick play the ball to Silva. Fires it away open side left. Walker got it away. Moses. Cut out ball to Brian Kelly. Takes on Alamoti with a fend. In comes then he flicked it back to Adokar. They go back to right Iongi. Papali comes across. Tackle made. 10 metres in Penrith's half. Last tackle Parramatta. And the dummy half to Silva. Goes right to Moses. Moses. Up she goes, spiralling kick. Who wants it? Jenkins. He takes it. 12 out from his own line and beats one. Dragged down 19 out from his own line. What can't he do at the moment, Tom Jenkins? That looked a challenging kick. As now it's Edwards at first receiver up the middle. Caught 25 out from his own line.
Well, he'd have copped 1,000 of them at training all pre-season, I reckon, off Nathan Cleary. And he is doing a great job out there on that wing.
Probably a good dude to learn it off, isn't it? Getting them from Cleary. Here's McLean. 33 out from his own line. Plays at Kenny. Goes right, Papali'i. He scored 12 short of halfway. Just under 2 minutes to go in the half. Totally dominated by the Panthers, who lead 30 points to 4. Now Cleary. Short ball Liam Martin. Shrugs away from Brian Kelly, who comes at him again with Kidione Kartonga. 6 metres short of halfway. And 20 in from the western touchline. Last play Penrith. Short side to the right, Cleary. A little stab kick. In comes Isaiah Yongi, who he juggled it and he knocked it on. Gee, that was a challenging kick from Cleary. Knock on. It'll be a scrum feed Penrith. 30 out from the Parramatta line with 1:20 to go in the half. Oh, dear.
You know what's funny? It's like Nathan Cleary knew that he was going to drop that kick the way that he kicked it. He goes, "Oh, just put an ugly little grubber through here. It's going to be a tough pickup for Isaiah Yongi." And he gets it right.
5 tries to 1 for Penrith. And don't worry, they're going for another one here with 66 seconds to go. Lays Talangi with a scrum feed. Why are we having this again?
Naylor was packed in. Too busy stuffing around, let's just pack him properly. Heads down.
Okay, well, that's a good explanation, and he'd never blown time back on. So, now he does, and it's won by Penrith. Comes to the left, Kenny, Edwards, Cleary, dummies tackled. 25 out from the line, desperate defence by Tuolangi and Moses. And Moses all over him, now played to Edwards, goes right side this time to Billy Phillips. And the young forward scored 20 metres out for the Parramatta line. Penrith on the attack, closing in on half-time. Kenny goes left to Cleary. He dummies, takes him on himself. Walker's in over the top and tackled now. 9 out from the Parramatta line, 15 in from touch, Southeast corner. Kenny, open side right to Edwards. Then to Isaiah, drifts, straight and spins, tackled. 9 out from the line. Good defence by Dury. It's Kenny now. Goes back centre field left. Sorensen whips it left to Cleary. Then away to McLean. Takes on Russell, but Russell up to it this time with help from Simonson. 4 metres out. 3 in from touch. Last tackle. 15 seconds to go in the first half. And it's played to Jenkins. Goes right. Papali'i to Cleary. Puts in a kick off the outside of his boot. And it's taken brilliantly by Adokar. Goes back in goal. Fins away from To'o. He's down the touchline and now creamed by To'o, Edwards and also Martin. 22 out from his own line, and that's it. That was great work from Josh Adokar. But it is half-time here at Western Sydney Stadium. These Penrith fans should be giving this mob a standing O.
They are.
What an effort. They lead 30 points to 4 over Parramatta. And Parramatta's had a few moments where they've looked okay. But Penrith's had many more. 30 points, tries to Isaiah in the 6th minute. Isaiah Papali'i in the 11th. Blaze Talangi in the 13th. Lindsay Smith in the 26th and Casey McLean in the 28th minute. Nathan Cleary, 5 goals from 5 attempts, 3 set restarts. For Parramatta, their only points, a 22nd minute try to Josh Adokar in amongst the chaos. Mitch Moses, none from 1, 5 restarts, penalties at 2 apiece. But it's all Penrith. Luke Lewis leading 30 points to 4 over Parramatta.
Yeah, they're doing everything right, Penrith. They just waited for their opportunities. They took them when they got it. They're running in tries everywhere. The only time they looked real dangerous is when Parramatta get a couple of back-to-back sets when they go right, shift to the left, shift back to the right, shift back to the left. They know they can't beat Penrith up through the middle of the field. They have to play expansive football, which is then, making Parramatta's execution have to be perfect. Otherwise, you're going to come out with errors. And if you give errors or penalties away in the wrong part of the field, Penrith are making them pay. They're doing a really, really good job.
Good text here. That Panthers try, this was the Cleary kick, was like the 84 State of Origin where Wally Lewis kicked it into the crossbar and front rower Greg Dowling caught it and scored a try under the post. Yeah, remember that well at the SCG in atrocious conditions. It was an amazing catch at ankle height from Greg Dowling. Michael Carianis, it's been awesome to watch, really, hasn't it, for Penrith?
Oh, like it's been all season watching them and having the opportunity to watch them live a couple of times now. They are just an amazing footy side, and I said this pre-game, I can't remember a time during their 4 straight runs that they were this ahead of the competition. It's unbelievable how good they are at the moment, and we fear this for the Eels, the fact that the Panthers will just have too much class, and it's come to fruition this afternoon.
A Around the grounds here at half-time, I can tell you in Jersey Flegg, Penrith 22, leading Parramatta 20. Queensland Cup, no score. Burleigh Bears and Northern Pride. Sunshine Coast has scored. The Falcons 4 lead Western Clydesdales 0. Super Rugby second half. Fiji and Brewers hit the lead in New Zealand, leading Auckland 15-14. Third quarter AFL, Fremantle 78, leading Richmond 34. Day 3 of the Sheffield Shield Cricket Final in Melbourne. South Australia 5 for 89 in its second innings, leading Victoria by 26 runs. A-League Women's second half, Sydney FC 2, leading Melbourne Victory 1. And in the final quarter of the Super Netball, Melbourne Mavericks 49, leading Melbourne Vixens 45. You're with Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore. NRL Saturday on ABC Sport, where Newcastle has upset Canterbury Bankstown 24-16 and Penrith is pumping Parramatta 30-4. Back soon. Here's the ABC News.
Hello, this is ABC News with David Rowlands. Israel says it's again attacking targets in Iran and defending against missiles fired from it as the war launched by the US and Israel enters its fifth week. Larry Buttrose has the latest.
In latest developments, one person has been killed and 2 injured in an Iranian strike on Israel, and the UAE says 5 people have been injured and 2 fires broke out in Abu Dhabi as a result of falling debris from a ballistic missile interception. The US has also suffered more casualties, with 12 military personnel injured in an attack on an airbase in Saudi Arabia that also reportedly hit refueling aircraft on the ground. Meanwhile, thousands of US troops and landing craft remain en route to the Middle East, with their mission there still unclear.
The federal government says it's moving to ensure Australia's fuel security as the war in the Middle East squeezes supplies across the country. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the government will underwrite the delivery of additional cargoes of fuel and is in discussions to source additional supplies on the international market. He says Labor will introduce legislation into Parliament on Monday in order to grant the government new powers to underwrite shipments that might otherwise be too expensive.
This support from the government will not be business as usual. It has to be additional supplies that are available on the international market, and it literally will be underwriting the purchase of shiploads of fuel to get here to Australia.
US President Donald Trump has signed a promised executive order to pay airport security workers after the latest bid to end the shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security failed in Congress. Trump signed the order with an eye towards easing long security lines at many of the nation's top airports. While the move could help ease the plight of air travellers, it does little to resolve the DHS shutdown that's imposed financial hardship on thousands of federal workers. The House and Senate ended the week by passing vastly different bills, creating a new impasse as the DHS shutdown approaches 44 days tomorrow, eclipsing the previous 43-day record. The Bureau of Meteorology says ex-tropical cyclone Narelle is still producing heavy rain and strong winds. The system is about 90 kilometres southeast of Morawa and weakening as it heads inland. The subtropical low is expected to move off the Esperance coast early this evening. Duty forecaster Jessica Lingard says a severe weather warning is still in place for large parts of WA.
It now extends just from around the Mount Magna area and all the way down to the Esperance coast. It's for heavy rainfall and damaging wind gusts. So just with the remnants of that storm, we do still have some blustery conditions.
Pearl reports say that there's been significant asset damage in its general cargo precinct in Dampier, suspending all general cargo import operations. The Dampier cargo wharf and adjacent floating deck facility are inoperable due to damage from ex-tropical cyclone Narelle. The port of Dampier reopened this morning, but access is currently restricted to key personnel. The port of Ashburton near Onslow will remain closed until it is safe for teams to inspect the facility. A 17-year-old girl has died after a car rolled down an embankment at Cloncurry in northwest Queensland, the latest in a spate of fatal crashes in the state. Liam O'Connell reports.
Police Police say the 17-year-old from Mount Isa was a passenger when the car left the road and rolled just before 1:50 this morning. She was ejected from the car and later found dead by authorities. 4 other people have been treated, with 2 patients flown to Townsville University Hospital, one in a life-threatening condition and another with significant spinal injuries. In a separate accident, a 16-year-old Townsville boy has died after the trail bike he was riding collided with a car just after 10 p.m. on Thursday. A man has also died after he was hit by a ute early this morning while walking near the Dawson Highway near Calliope in central Queensland.
A 7-month-old baby has died after a rideshare vehicle crash in Perth's southeast overnight, leaving 2 other passengers seriously injured. Police say the car left the road in Linwood and struck a tree early today. The driver, a 35-year-old man, suffered minor injuries. 3 passengers, a 32-year-old woman and 2 children aged 7 months and 3 years, were taken to hospital with serious injuries. However, the baby later died in hospital. And in the National Rugby League, Newcastle has upset Canterbury by 24 points to 16 at Sydney's Olympic Stadium. ABC News.
I feel like I've said too much.
Totally expected.
I am sorry about that.
Catch the best local and overseas talent at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival Gala.
Bye.
Wednesday, March 25 on ABC TV and ABC iView. ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
He's dragged down only a metre out. He plays on the last of Kenny. Fires it left to Isaiah. Straight through to score between the sticks. That is Penrith all over. Try to Yo. 5 minutes 30 gone and Penrith strikes first. 2 metres in Eels half. Last play Penrith. Kenny, short side right to Cleary. Who else? The kick, a midfield bomb from 48 metres out. Isaiah Yongi. Up they go. Coming away with Tulagi. Over the 10. Bye-bye. See ya. 16-0. They might get to 4,000. Moses, a long ball left to Walker. Got the pass away to Peasant. He links up as well with Kelly. Then away to Alakar. He's got a score, he does. Penrith basically handed that to Parramatta because of their ill discipline. Now Kenny, centre field left to Cleary, puts in a kick, bounces off the upright. Tell me that wasn't deliberate. Go on, I dare you.
It wasn't.
He's hit the upright and Lindsay Smith, the front rower, flying through, grabs the ricochet to score. To Lungy to Edward. Cut out ball to Deakins. Old Milky down the touchline. He gets it back on the inside and streaking away to score is Casey McQueen. He strolled through one tackle. They've gone length basically. Penrith is running amok. I'm going to do it, Lou. I don't think I've ever done it before. Game, set, bingo. Penrith's going to win and there's still 52 minutes to go.
And that's a record game set bingo too, Andrew, which I love.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
It was deliberate, Louis. You're kidding yourself. Half-time, and it's Penrith 30 leading Parramatta 4. The nightcap comes from Townsville Stadium. The North Queensland Cowboys up against the Melbourne Storm. Quentin Hull has made his way to North Queensland, and he'll be calling the game with Lachlan Coote and also Laurie Spina. Let's check in. How are you, Q?
Well, it's warm here, Andrew, and looking forward to seeing the Melbourne Storm in the flesh for the first time for me this year. And the North Queensland Cowboys, well, what do we make of their form? Beat the Titans last week, and we thought that they'd made a pretty average start to the year. That being said, the West Tigers and Newcastle Knights have probably shown us that losing form against those two is not as bad as maybe first thought. Of course, with that great result from the Knights earlier today over the Bulldogs and the Tigers beating the Warriors last night. So Cowboys 1-2, Storm 2 wins to start the season over Parramatta and the Dragons, and then gave up a 14-0 lead over the Broncos last week. So they come to Townsville with 2 wins from their first 3 games this season, and they played twice last year, these two teams, and the Storm won both of those. A bit of a change at the back, though, with Nick Meaney out with a back injury. So Siu Tuimalatu Brown is going to come in on the wings. So the scratchings from the squad are Meaney, Vailepu and Tolau. So for the Cowboys, no Edwards, no Lars and no Rob Derby. I think they'll start 1-13. Great to have not only NRL Premiership winner, but Super League Premiership winner Lachlan Coote along alongside me. Lockie, welcome to ABC Sport for 2026. Always great to be alongside you, and always great to see one of the standard bearers of excellence in town. How are the Cowboys going to go against the mighty Storm?
Mate, firstly, thanks for having me back. Always good to be up here and talking footy once again. To be honest with the Cowboys, they're going to need to show up a lot better than they did last week. I know Titans let them off the hook. I just find if Titans build a bit of pressure, which I find Melbourne are going to do tonight, how are the Cowboys going to handle that? And I'm a bit unsure how they're going to go. I know I know they can score a lot of points, and we know that, but just how they're going to deal with Storm's pressure tonight, which is I'll see how that goes.
And I must admit, I love watching Suafai Longo, and a man who used to play in the number one jumper. He's one of the most exciting talents in the game. What are we expecting from him?
That's what I'm excited to watch tonight. I'm going to keep an eye on him tonight and see how he unfolds, see his positional plays, and obviously, you know, he's got 6 tries already, so he's well in the game and in the mix of things. Definitely Melbourne Storm's player to watch tonight.
And probably Harry Grant's going to have the goal kicking duties. That's obviously without Nick Meaney tonight, no Ryan Pappenhausen around the squad anymore. I know Cam Munster's done some kicking, but he's only got a 57% career kicking percentage and hasn't kicked in the NRL for a couple of seasons. So that's something that we'll look forward to as well this evening. Jared Sutton's the referee. Chris Butler is in the bunker. Laurie Spender, I don't think, is going to need his second layer down on the touchline tonight, even though you only need to get to about 22 or 23 and they reach for a jumper in these parts more. You know what it's like. It's going to be lovely for North Queensland and Melbourne to complete the triple header.
Mind you, Q, I've seen Billy Moore and Zane Bojack reach for jumpers at 22 degrees in Brisbane as well.
Yep. They do that at times, but no, I think it's going to be just, you know, shirts only this evening. Even though we'll get to about 9:30 local time, it might get cool on the walk home.
Well, it's currently 14 degrees here at Parramatta, so I reckon Laurie gave for the jumper there. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Q. Thank you to Lachlan Coote. And Lachlan's going to join me tomorrow for our Getting to Know You. Great career with Penrith and the Cowboys and over in the UK. As Parramatta's been out there for a bit, here come the Panthers down to the southern end. Scoreline 30 points to 4, Penrith over Parramatta. And we're only halfway through NRL Saturday here on ABC Sport. Luke Lewis is alongside me with Michael Carianis on the touchline. I'm Andrew Moore. Earlier today it was a very, very impressive win by Newcastle over Canterbury Bankstown 24-16. Dom Young with 3 tries, got 3 points from Dean Hallertown, the ABC Player of the Year, 2 to Jacob Safidi, the front rower, and 1 to Canterbury's Matt Burton. So we're about to get underway here for the second half. Todd Smith gets clearance from the floor manager of the host broadcaster, Tony Chalmers, and away we go as the kickoff. It's down from Mitch Moses, down to the goal line, and it's fielded by Dylan Edwards. He passes the ball onto his left, and the tackle's made 10 metres out from the goal line, and Edwards almost looked like he was joining in the defence there on Scott Sorensen. Played to Kenny. As Penrith just get outside their 10-metre line on play 2. He's back at dummy half. Martin plays it to him. Goes left to Isaiah Yeo. Wrapped up by Tuolangi into Silver, and also in there was Kautonga. 21 out from the Penrith line. Kenny fires it away left to Billy Phillips. And Tuolangi's there. Tackle made. 26 out from the Penrith goal line, and they've given away a penalty for a crusher. Penalty to Penrith in the first set of the second half. And there's a Parramatta play down in back play. Down on his back might be Kilma Tuolangi. The tackle's made on Phillips.
I think he might have been his lower back or something. He sort of stays down with his lower back.
Crusher against Talon De Silva. He's still down, Louis.
Yeah, I'm just watching where he's grabbing. He's grabbing his sort of like
it's almost
lower back
hip, isn't it?
Yeah. Could be a rib, a bit of a dislocated rib maybe.
We're talking at half-time. When a team leads so convincingly as Penrith do, they rarely go on with the job. I'm not saying Penrith, just as a general rule, it's hard to retain that focus you had in the first half. but my sense is that it will still be a sense of pride defensively for Penrith. That is one area they're not going to lighten up on for the next 40 minutes.
But to be fair, I reckon they'll continue their normal ways. I reckon there's another 20 points in the Panthers, the way that they've played this afternoon. They won't be real happy with a few things, a couple of errors coming out of their own end and some little bits and pieces, but their defence will be number one. They've been talking about their defence all year and how they want to be known as the best defensive team in the competition.
Kelman Tuolangi staying out there, still looks in discomfort. All right, I'm going to give you 2 over-unders here, Louis.
Yeah.
Parramatta half a try, second half.
Under.
Penrith 49.5 points.
Over.
Here's the tap taken, 10 short of halfway. McLean goes right to Papali'i. Scored half a metre short of halfway. We'll get down to Michael in the tick as well. Played to Kenny, goes right to Phillips, and he's caught in centre field. 3 defenders there, including Sam Toviti, who's back, and Tuolangi involved in that tackle, and so was Dylan Walker. Now Sorensen, he's running off an Isaiah Yeo inside ball. Claimed 38 metres out from the Parramatta goal line. Penrith with it, holding this 30 points to full lead. Yeo to the left clear, he turns it into Papali'i. Defence comes in numbers, wrapped up and put on his back. 29 metres out from the Eels goal line. Now Kenny goes open side right to Phillips. Good strong run. Put down 20 out from the Eels line. Last tackle Penrith. It comes short side left to Tuolangi. Puts in a stab kick into the in-goal area. And that's the difference between Tuolangi and Cleary. Cleary's a genius. Tuolangi sends it straight over the dead ball line. 20-metre tap. 7 tackles set Parramatta. 2 gone second half. Penrith 30-4 as the tap's taken by Simonson. He's caught on his own 30. Let's check in for the first time in the second half downstairs. Michael Carianis, what's doing?
Yeah, Kelman Tuolangi just still spent a little bit of time with the trainers there. He's now getting himself back in position, but he still looks a little bit ginger. Just the 30 points that Parramatta scored. It's a Penrith scored, sorry. It's a record, first half record for the most points they've scored against the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Oh, I guess against Parramatta, yeah.
Yes. So time off here. There's another Parramatta player down in back play, Isaiah Iongi. After the tackle came from Kenny, Mitch Kenny.
That's a normal tackle. It's not a hip drop.
Just looking at the replay. Or is it?
I think it's live.
Well, mate, it wouldn't surprise me to see this penalised. He's down. He's in a lot of pain, Isaiah Iongi. He's down on his back, and I reckon Mitch Kenny is very nervous.
Yeah, you can see he's shaking his head, so I reckon, and the referee's walked to a position to blow a penalty.
Yep. I think that will be called a hip drop. Remember, your texts are welcome, 0467 920 222, right through until 10 p.m. tonight or 9 p.m. And that is Queensland time. Problem with the Panthers, they don't continue the pressure as much as they do in the first half. Well, you don't need to when you lead by this. Is it really that hard to omit the word rectangle? Texting an old frustrated. Down we go. Great call, guys. Listen to you every week. Penrith will put it in top gear. Win by 80, says Greg from Mayo Hospital at Taree. Well, it looks like Kenny's been called out here. It will be a penalty to Parramatta. Let's have a listen.
Okay, it's been assessed, mate. You've got a grip, okay? You then rotate. You land on the back of the legs for high risk of injury. It's on report. You're in the bin.
I don't think that's worth 10.
Mitch, well, if you're going to deem it a hip drop, I'm not surprised anyway that he's gone to the bin. Michael Carianis, how did you read all that?
Yeah, I'm not overly surprised either. It was unlucky, but just off the back of a hip drop last week from Ryan Couchman, which ended Jermaine Hopgood's season. Yeah, it's up an ACL. Looks like the concern for Isaiah Iongi is more that left ankle, which is just getting strapped right now. But he's been down for a long time.
Yeah, he has. You're right. And he's, as you say, still getting strapped. It is a penalty to Parramatta, 4 short of halfway. Penrith 30, Parramatta 4, 2 minutes 20 gone second half, and Mitch Moses drills a great kick. Finds touch just over the head of Michael Carianis and Ralph Tucker, 24 out from the Penrith line. Tap taken by Pezzett. Goes left to Silva. Short ball away to Sam Tovati. He's caught, 13 out for the Penrith line, so an early chance here for Parramatta to crush the overs on that scenario is set up with Louis. Now comes left to Kitione Kartonga. Caught 8 out from the Penrith line. Penrith down to 12 men for 9.5 more minutes to Silva. Fires it right to Moses. Links up Pezzett. Cut out ball away to Russell. He's met head on. Good defence, Casey McLean. Isaiah Iongi is coming from the midfield, and coming on will be Joash Papali. As to the left it goes, Dylan Walker links up with support midfield. Dury tackle 5 metres out from the goal line. So we'll check in with MC shortly. Parramatta on the attack. De Silva goes right to Moses under no pressure. Drop the ball, knock on. They won't have too many better chances than that. Right in front of the opposition's goal line with 13 on 12. 3 minutes 30 gone second half. Penrith 30, Parramatta 4. Now to you, Michael. That's obviously concern for the Eels with Isaiah Yongi now going into the tunnel.
Yeah, straight up the tunnel. It's that ankle concern for the young fullback. So we'll get an update as soon as he gets assessed. But Joash Papali gets an opportunity to play fullback. That's where he spent a lot of his time coming through the grades at the Bulldogs and now at the Eels.
So now, for the second time, Todd Smith wants the scrum fit again. And Cleary does put it in. He sends the pass away to his right, and the tackle made 12 metres out from the Penrith goal line. Ball's going to be played by Brian Oh, he's now Son's headgear. Here's a mistake, Penrith, and again, they have dropped off.
I reckon they'll challenge this.
Knock-on is the ruling on field from Todd Smith. They do have the challenge up the sleeve. I don't think we've seen one, have we? I think you're right, Louis.
Coming in and tackle one from the
I reckon
scrum.
they're looking at a shoulder charge.
On-field ruling is that when he makes contact, he loses the ball. Penrith challenging.
Okay. So you saw something straight away, Louis?
I feel like he turned his shoulder into him, maybe. I reckon that's what they might be challenging.
As Liam Martin tackled by Brian Kelly. It's where the contact is from the shoulder, Louis. Otherwise, I think it's just a drop ball.
Yeah, I think it's all right, and that's it.
I'd like to see one side on if they've got one. This is a long-distance shot. It's just where the contact is from Kelly on Liam Martin.
Just making the tackle. Liam Martin knocks the ball forward. The captain's challenge is unsuccessful.
If he knew it wasn't hit on the head, that's a pretty odd challenge, isn't it? That's just giving it away. So it'll be Parramatta ball after Penrith knock on. And again, their performance has, the listeners quite right on the text, that they haven't come out ready to play like anywhere near they did in the first half. And we've only had 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Still in the bin, of course, Mitch Kenny for another 7 minutes 54 seconds. Scrum to be fed on that eastern side. 10 in from touch. Can Parramatta open the scoring here and at least make Penrith really work for it in the second half? Moses turns it on the inside. Zuri tackled 11 out right in front of the southern goal post. The ball's going to be played now. Set restart. Given away by Billy Phillips. Here they come again, Parramatta. It goes left and Tuivasi's caught 4 metres out from the line. That's now 6 set restarts. Penrith has given away. De Silva spins it away to the right. Peasant plays out the back. It comes away now to Moses. Got the pass away for Parley. He links up with Russell. Caught 8 metres out from the goal line. 7 in from the western touchline. Joash Papali goes left. Moses links up Walker. Taken 4 metres out from the Penrith line. Plays the ball now. And De Silva goes left to Moses, away to Peasant, put in a desperate kick. Edwards is there. Great catch though great defence and chase by Kitione Kautonga. He drilled Dylan Edwards as soon as he came up with a footy in the in-goal area. Goal line dropout Penrith. And the score line with 5 minutes 30 gone second half remains Penrith 30, Parramatta 4.
That was a nice little kick. It was a good kick chase. But again, Dylan Edwards, the man on the spot, he done a great job just to put him himself in the right position. But the thing, it's I've got a little bit of stoppage here because you've got Kautonga still over on his haunches on the in goal. But they don't look threatened yet. They've still got 6 minutes and 42 seconds before they who went off again?
Mitch Kenny.
Mitch Kenny comes back on.
The Kautonga now, he goes back. If I was a Parramatta fan, what would worry me here is, Cleary's going to do a short line drop out and they're going to get the ball.
He's going to boot it.
Behind it!
It is a short line drop out to the western side. It's well placed, but up goes Moses with the catch. He's got it for Parramatta 11 metres out from the line. He'll play 12 in from touch, western side, southwest corner, tackle there by Papali'i. Played to De Silva, goes left to Simonson, straightens tackle 5 metres out. We've got Isaiah Papali'i for Penrith, who give away another set restart. My goodness, they say this isn't deliberate, but it must be. They've given away now 7, half a metre away. It's played, it comes to the right, Moses, deep pass to Russell. Great defence, Casey McLean to bring him down with Talangi. That's plays Talangi, 12 metres out. Dummy half Simonson goes left to Moses, away to Walker. Here they've got the numbers if they're good enough. Pheasant away to Papali. He beats one, drag down 4 metres out. Brilliant cover defence coming from Sorensen and also Alamotti. Now Moses goes back right to Tuivati. He straightens, taken over the top by Yo. 7 out from the goal line, centre field. Couple of tackles left for the Eels. Goes right to Pheasant, then away Moses. Quick pass, Russell away to Simonson, and they do score. Try to Parramatta, 13 on 12, although Moses is now limping. And it's Penrith 30, Parramatta 8. Try to Bailey Simonson. The Eels do open the scoring in the second half against 12 Panthers, who give away restart after restart, try in the corner.
Well, they finally, a team who scored 2 tries on the Panthers, they finally got across the line. Really good skill there by Parramatta, though. They worked it out. They passed a little bit earlier, just enough time so the Panthers couldn't get up into their face. Got the execution right. All passes out in front. And then you get the opportunity to an open try line. Bailey Simonson goes over and scores a nice try for the Parramatta Eels.
Down to the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Nice try from the Eels, and they just made it hard for themselves with a couple of their catch and pass. Didn't hit the chest. Just on Mitch Moses, he was a bit slow to take this attempt of conversion. Looks like he had a toe or foot complaint there, but he's going to line it up, so they can't be troubling him too much.
Yeah, the fact he's taking the shot, MC, you're right, and he's 25 metres out, just in from the western touchline.
He's aiming to the left side of the post.
So is that a good or bad thing?
Should be aiming to the right post.
Case. Louis, the expert goal kicker, the goal-kicking whisperer. There comes Moses. He strikes it. It's heading left. He's missed to the left. Louis, why don't they listen to you? None from 2, Mitch Moses. Penrith 30, Parramatta 8. 8 minutes gone, second half. Get that rainbow out of your cracker. Around the grounds, Jersey flag full time. Penrith 28 has beaten Parramatta 26. Queensland Cup half-time. Burleigh Bears 10, left Northern Pride 6. First half, Western Clydesdales 8, leading Sunshine Coast 4. Super Rugby, Auckland Blues 33, now leading Fiji and Drua 15. Final quarter AFL, boy, Fremantle now thrashing Richmond 102 to 43. Stumps day 3, can't be stumped. Oh, 6:46 local time. Wow, this day has flown. South Australia 5 for 94 in its second innings, leading Victoria by only 31 runs. A-League Women's second half, Sydney FC 2, leading Melbourne Victory 1, and we're in extra time in the netball. Melbourne Vixen 68, leading Melbourne Mavericks 65. It was locked at 63 apiece at full time. Now play 2 here for Parramatta. Sam Tuivati crashes into the defence and put on his back. 16 out from his own line. Mitch Kenny's still in the bin for another 4 minutes for the Penrith Panthers. Right edge to Kilmer Tuolangi. Got straight past 1. Now wrapped up. 24 out from his own line by McLean. Walker. Short ball to Dury. And Matt Dury's taken. 32 out from his own line. Yes, for Parramatta there's a Joash Papali. And for Penrith there's an Isaiah Papali'i. And now he's just trying to get a penalty here, Dury.
Yeah, he is.
He's staying down. Training comes out. And see if he is successful or not. And with the replay, he did get a high one as he went into the tackle of Scott Sorensen, so it wouldn't surprise me at all to see a penalty. There's a Kilmer Tuolangi for Parramatta and a Blaze Tuolangi for Penrith. So if it sounds like you're hearing the same name,
Scott Sorensen.
He is. It'll be a penalty to Parramatta, and I don't think that was in too much doubt. This second half really stop-start, isn't it? 9 gone in it, 30 to 8 Penrith, and Parramatta's a great chance here as they find touch 10 metres in Penrith territory.
Yeah, well, they're going to get a full set, but you're going to have to go off now, Dury, for a little bit of a HIA check.
And a free interchange.
But they're just got to get that skill right. They've got to know where they're going to set up and execute their pass and get the passes out in front. That's what got trouble with the Panthers on that last play when they scored that try.
So that's now 2 Panthers on report today as from the tap. Parramatta 35 out from the Penrith line. Ball played by Tuivati. Goes left to Moses, then away to Walker, linked up with Kautonga. He's playing 27 out from the Penrith line. This second half is all Parramatta, isn't it? But they are down 30 to 8. Moses out the back to Pheasant. Great defence. Read well by Casey McLean. Charged at him, hit him ball and all. Tackle completed with help from Papali'i. 27 metres out from the goal line. And the ball's played now. Looks like Freddie Lussig's out there for Penrith. Left edge the Eels to Kelly. Brian Kelly's tackle. 12 out from the Penrith line. 7 in from the Eastern touch line. Plays the ball to Addo-Carr. Open side right to Moses. Then got a pass away. It's been dropped by Parramatta. And knocking the ball on looks to be Luca Moretti, who's just on the field. So let off for Penrith. They'll get a scrum feed. 10 out from their own goal line. And the score line remains Penrith 30, Parramatta 8 with half an hour to go. We check in downstairs. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, the player that dropped that ball, Charlie Geimer, Luca Moretti, for the Parramatta Eels. And what's happened as well is Isaiah Young has been ruled out for the game, so they're able to activate a fifth interchange player, the Parramatta Eels.
On the text line, even without some champions, the Knights prove they're a champion team, says Newey John, as Penrith from the scrum have it 14 out from their own goal line. I don't know what's traumatising me more right now, the scoreline or the injuries from poor old Parramatta Rachel, as now the Panthers 22 out from their own line. Hope the score doesn't get as high as the price of diesel. Writes the Burley crew. I don't think that would be possible even in a game of cricket at the moment. Here's a set restart to Penrith, the fourth they've received so far in the game. And Penrith 12 metres short of halfway. Ball's going to be played in centre field. 30 points to 8 to Penrith. Dummy half is Lussick, former Parramatta player. Comes left to Yo. He's knocked to the ground, centre of the park, a metre short of halfway. Kenny in the bin for another 70 seconds. Cleary comes back on the inside to Dylan Edwards. And he got away from the Moretti tackle, now claimed 3 metres in Parramatta's half. Waiting at dummy half is Freddie Lussick. 2 tackles left. Goes right to Sorensen and almost meanders into the defence. Put down. 9 metres in Parramatta's half. Last tackle, Panthers. Lussick, short side right to Cleary. Puts in a stab kick, aiming it for the northeast corner and will find touch. It'll be a play the ball for Parramatta. 12 out from their own line. Penrith 30, Parramatta 8. And a bit of zip's gone out of this one, Louis.
Yeah, a little bit of zip at the moment, but it will come back.
Okay.
There's still 28 minutes to go, but it will get a little bit of momentum from one side. They'll score a couple of tries, probably Penrith, because Parramatta have had a lot of opportunity, but they just haven't been able to make the Panthers pay why Mitch Kenny's been off the field.
They've only got the 1 try in the second half to Bailey Simonson. There's now Parramatta just outside their 20. The ball played by Kelly. Comes left to Addo-Carr looking for some work. He's had a few really good touches, Addo-Carr, and 1 bomb try. Back on the field, Jack Williams now for Parramatta. As walking way off the mark there is the Fox. Goes back to play. 32 out from his own goal line. Mitch Kenny back for Penrith at 13 on 13. As the Eels now treat down the eastern touch line to within 6 metres of halfway. Flader comes open side right. Tautonga straight past 1. He beats Sorensen. Now he's tackled 9 metres in Penrith territory. Plays the ball. To the right they go to Silva. Along the ground for Barlaw. Had the wherewithal to offload to Moses. Dumming his way straight past Papali'i. Dragged down by Lussick. 30 out from the goal line. Moses tries to milk a penalty. Doesn't get it. Flaps his arms about. Comes right to Papali. He puts the kick in the air. Edwards takes it, and now he's claimed that he's going to be shoved backwards. He took it upright, and he's held up 4 metres out from the Penrith line. 13 gone, second half. Penrith 30, Parramatta 8 here. NRL Saturday on ABC Sport. Still to come, North Queensland against Melbourne at Townsville Stadium with Quentin Hull, Lachlan Coote, and Laurie Spina. Penrith just outside their 20. McLean plays it to Kenny. He sends the ball right, and it's old tackle, 29 out from his own line. Mitch Kenny again a dummy half. Goes right to Lindsay Smith. The listener pointed out, I think I read it at half time, is it unusual at this ground to have someone named Kenny that's not Brett? Well, he was such a feature, wasn't he? What a great player for Parramatta. Here's a desperate attempt to save a 40-20, but I think Papali has knocked it over the touchline himself. It's going to be a Penrith play the ball, 21 metres out from the Penrith line, 26 and a bit to go. It was a great kick, no doubt about it, from Cleary from inside the 40. Papali was worried it was going to be a 40-20, and I don't think it was going to be.
No, it definitely wasn't going to be.
Well, the fact that Penrith
on the run, and yeah, it's
21 out.
It's the Panthers. They play the ball in the middle of the field, and they go the Panthers. This is the best opportunity they've had in the second half.
Yeah, by far, isn't it? There's now Penrith. That looks to be Luke Garner on the field. He's caught 12 out from the line. Play to Kenny. Spins it left to Lindsay Smith. Up the middle he goes, and he's going to be taken here by De Silva and Williams. 10 metres out from the line in front of the sticks. Penrith 30, Parramatta 8. They led 30-4 at half-time. Cleary sends it into the attack of Papali'i. He scored 8 metres away. away. Kenny darts to his right. Gets the pass away, Cleary. Puts in a stab kick. Coming through is Garner. Coming through to score the try is Paul Alamotti. Brilliant touch from Nathan Cleary. Paul Alamotti gets there first. Try to Penrith. 25 and a bit to go. Penrith 34, Parramatta 8. And the worry there, Luke Lewis, is that, as you said, the first opportunity Penrith gets at the northern end and they score a try. Alamotti gets this one. 34 points to 8, quarter of an hour gone, second half.
Yeah, well, Mitch Kenny had been off. Parramatta had been peppering the Panthers line. They only get one try out of that, and then they finally get down the other end of the field off a nice kick, and then a bad play there from Parramatta to give the ball back to Penrith right in the middle of the field, and they make him pay straight away. And the kick was brilliant there from Nathan Cleary. He goes in the line, they set up the play, but Mitch Kenny comes out of dummy half, which creates a fair bit of space for Nathan Cleary, and he had two players absolutely lining up for it, and one of them was Luke Garner, and then the try scorer Paul Alamotti comes through with great hands and picks it up, scores a nice try for the Panthers.
Let's go downstairs, and we're with Michael Carianis.
Yeah, obviously a bit of a slow start to this second half for the Penrith Panthers, but you always got the sense once they scored one, it could be two or three once they get back in the mood. But nice little play there from the Penrith Panthers to score their first try of the second half.
So the kick will come from Cleary, 15 metres out, 5 metres to the right of the post. We'll get us some text shortly, 0467 920 222. 34 points to 8. 6 tries to 2 in favour of Penrith. They're on track to make it 4 straight wins to start the season. And it's not like they've had an easy draw. Cleary. Right boot. Comes in now. He strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He's 6 out of 6. Penrith 36, Parramatta 8 with 23 minutes and 49 seconds to go. On the text line 0467 920 222. If the players who did the hip drop on those who are out of the game for months had to play for the same or misplay for the same amount of time as them, maybe there'd be a lot less hip drops in the game from Sandy. It's very hard to
Sandy, they don't mean to do the hip drop. The hip drop is where they're making a tackle and it's just the body lands on the back. You see, I was actually watching my kids play today. You see every second to every tackle. It's not like they mean to do it.
Hi guys, loving the broadcast. Do we see another coach get the sack if the Cowboys get flogged?
Yes.
That's Redbeard. What, tomorrow?
I don't know if it happens tomorrow, but...
Here's a penalty to Penrith against Parramatta in the play the ball, 12 metres out from the Penrith line. Penalties now 4 apiece.
They're capitulating.
Well, they're coming off a win. Cowies have won 1 in a row.
1 in a row. Against the team coming last. I actually thought if they lost last week, they were going to miss.
So now Penrith finds touch 30 out from their own goal line. Tap taken by Casey McLean. He runs headlong into Simonson and Russell. Still gained some extra momentum thanks to an Isaiah Papali'i push. Tackled 9 short of halfway. Kenny goes right to Papali'i, spins through Williams, but now he's claimed 2 metres short of halfway and 15 in from the western touchline. Kenny open side right this time to Billy Phillips, and Kelma Tuolangi is there to make the tackle in concert with Junior Barlaw back on the field. 41 out from the goal line. Kenny to the right to Lussick, and he's tackled 38 metres out. Penrith on the attack. Kenny sent it right to a running Cleary. Short ball Garner claimed on that eastern side. 24 out from the line. Last play. Cleary sent to the right. Kenny goes to him. 22 out. The kick's in the air. It's very, very shallow. Up they go. The ball's knocked on by Parramatta. No, still the last tackle is coming away with it for Penrith is Alamotti. He throws it out the back to Edwards. Throws a long ball. Now Cleary's got a 20 out. Short ball away McLean. Got it away to Jenkins. Pass 1. Pass 2. Milky's in. Unbelievable try to Penrith. Tom Jenkins is over for his first try, and as they always do, Penrith, nothing doing, and then bang, bang, Penrith 40, Parramatta 8, kick to come, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, they're not much doing here. A little bit of a kick, and then really nice work there by Alamotti to get up and contest for it. It comes back into Penrith's arms, and somehow they come from the other side of the field, and they get the ball loose, and then they keep the ball alive. It's a really nice pass there. I thought he was going to get tackled there, the Penrith player Isaiah Papali'i, but he keeps the ball, flicks it back inside. Next thing you know, Casey McLean's got it, and it's a 2-on-1. And then when Tom Jenkins he's still got a fair bit of work to do. Does he go for the corner or does he come off his left? And he comes off his left, beats 2 Parramatta Eels, betters the position and scores another try for the Panthers. That's another back-to-back try for the mighty Panthers.
Yeah, that's 2 tries in 3 minutes. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, they just all know how to find the pass, and you combine that with the speed that they've got on the edges, and it just makes it a very difficult ask for the defensive side to be able to repel, particularly when they get one-on-one opportunities. The opposition side comes out of their systems. It's very difficult for their rivals to try and combat.
So now the kick from Nathan Cleary, who's landed 6 from 6 so far. It's well within his range. 16 out, 20 in from touch western side. 40 points to 8 to Penrith. Nathan Cleary looking to add 2 more points to that. Tom Jenkins, 7 tries on the year now as Cleary kicks the goal. He's 7th. Penrith 42, Parramatta 8. Still more than a quarter of the game to go around the grounds in the Queensland Cup second half. Burleigh Bears 10 lead Northern Pride 6. Western Clydesdales 12 leading Sunshine Coast 4. Super Rugby now full time, and the Auckland Blues have beaten Fiji and Drua, and they've beaten them comfortably in the end despite trailing in that second half. The final score 40 points to 15 in favour of Auckland. AFL now full time, and an easy win for Fremantle over Richmond by 103 to 43, 103 to 43. A-League women full time. Sydney FC has beaten Melbourne Victory by 2 goals to 1. And in the Super Netball, a win for the Melbourne Vixens in extra time, 72-71 over the Melbourne Mavericks. Next, Sunshine Coast Lightning hosting New South Wales Swifts. Meanwhile, Penrith have the ball 31 out from their own goal line, having scored 2 quick tries. Ball played by Phillips to Kenny. Goes right, up the middle of the field, Lussick, and he's standing in the tackle, 7 metres short of halfway, and that's where he will play it to Kenny. Come left, Cleary to Smith, to Talangi, to Edwards over halfway to McLean. Russell's there and drags him to the ground. 41 out from the line, 3 in from the western touchline, played on the last to Jenkins. He goes right to Cleary. Up goes the kick from 41 metres out, flying through Isaiah Papali'i, but it's Joash Papali with the catch. 14 out from the Parramatta line. Penrith 42, Parramatta 8. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left second half here at Western Sydney Stadium as the Parramatta side have the ball. Papali goes left to Addo-Carr, right in from the left wing to the right side, caught by Kenny on his own 30. Now comes Setterfield left away to Moretti. He's wrapped up. About 11 short of halfway by Lindsay Smith to Silva. Goes to the left to Josh Addo-Carr. Tackle 5 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball to De Silva on the last. Comes right to Moses. Clearing kick. Dropping back is Jenkins. And he'll field it on the full. 9 out from his own goal line. Heads towards the 20 and he's put to the ground right on that red 20-metre line. 19 left. Panthers 42. Parramatta 8 after the game. It'll be Louis 3-2-1 as Blaze Talangi makes half a break. Oh, he can't quite offload. This is Casey McLean. Great strength. Got away from 2. He had Talangi with him. Didn't use him in the end. Caught 5 short of halfway by Junior Barlaw. Play to Kenny. Sends it right to Dylan Edwards. He's over halfway. Tackled 3 metres in Parramatta territory. He'll play the ball now to Kenny. See Talangi drifting, folding over to the right. Smith to Cleary. There's Blaze Talangi. Oh, shot. He sent it straight to Josh Addo-Carr, who'll streak away and score the try. Horrendous play from Blaze Talangi. Josh Addo-Carr, the Fox. I'm not sure how many brothers and bras there are after that because he's very circumspect.
Oh, it's not try.
Oh, no, it's a penalty.
It's offside.
Inside the 10, Parramatta. Delayed penalty, Penrith. All is forgiven, Blaze Talangi. And Josh Addo-Carr can't believe it. Penalty to Penrith, 12 metres in Parramatta's territory, Luke.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, there wasn't a whole lot in it too, so it must have come from the touch judge. But it was a horrible pass. Blaze Talangi hits him perfectly on the chest. But he just, he hasn't got both feet behind the referee, and that's a good pick up there from the touch judge. I reckon Penrith would be cheering on that one because it was even me sitting up here knowing that I'm not even a part of the side, but I was sitting all for their defence. You didn't want to see another try go because their defence is so good.
So it is 42-8, touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, we saw the wide shot replay there of the Parramatta Eels defensive line, and I've got to say, there wasn't much in that penalty. They're pretty hard done by there, the Eels.
So now from the tap restart, it's Penrith with the footy. Garner caught 21 metres out from the Parramatta line. Dummy half Kenny. Sends it left to Lussick. He's taken 14 metres away. Penrith in pursuit of an 8th try. Kenny goes right to Cleary. Spins in the tackle there of Luca Moretti and Jack Williams. 10 metres out is where he plays the ball to Kent. Comes left Lussick to Smith. Then a lovely pass to Billy Phillips. Good tackle over the top by Moses. Down low by Kilmer to Alangi. 4 out from the line. Kenny cut out ball right to Cleary. Delayed pass to Dylan Edwards. Edwards tries to cut through, but he's dragged down 4 metres out from the goal line by Peasant. One under him off the ball. So Parramatta will get a scrum feed. 10 out from their own line. And Dylan Edwards wants a challenge.
Scrum in the middle.
Have they got theirs?
Yeah, they lost their challenge.
No, they have to.
Tells and Liam Martin challenged the...
Oh, you're right. So they can't challenge. It'll be Penrith having to defend. Parramatta ball 10 out from their own line with 16 minutes 45 to go.
And that was a 2-on-1 rate, but they've already lost their challenge. But I tell you, is it just me? But these lights are really throwing me off. They're flashing so bad.
Agree.
You can't see it. You can't see properly.
No,
Look, there's like lightning flashes in your eyes.
Oh, that's what I thought it was at first. And then I look at the sky, there's nothing doing. Yeah, I don't know whose idea that was, but it's not good. Now what do we got here? That's a penalty for a bit of lip coming from Penrith. Penalty goes to Parramatta. They're 5th of the night. Down to the touchline, a man who never gives lip, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, that's not my go, Andrew. What about the bench at the moment for the Penrith Panthers? Liam Martin, Isaiah, Moses, Leota, Scott Sorensen among those sitting on the bench. So plenty of premierships between that lot at the moment.
Matt Dury back on the field now for Parramatta. Yeah, that's an insane amount of talent sitting on the pine. Here's Jack Williams for Parramatta centre field. Good strong run by Williams. Claimed 8 metres in Penrith territory. 20 in from the eastern touchline to Silva. Goes right to Barlaw. Links up with Moses. Nice read by Talangi in defence. Blaze that is. 36 out from the line. De Silva goes right to Barlaw. Headlong into the defence of Lindsay Smith. And on the deck he goes. 28 out from the goal line. Now to Silva. Burrows from dummy half into Papali'i. Tackle made. 20 out from the Penrith line. Last tackle Parramatta. 16 in from the western touchline. Played to Joash Papali to Moses. Right to left to Peasant. He puts up the kick. It's Addo Carr against... Oh, yes, please. The ball is loose on the deck. And it is a knock-on from Parramatta. Change over to Penrith. 10 metres out from their own line. Penrith 42. Parramatta 8. The crowd figure, not a bad one. 22,813. Thank you, Ralphie. 22,813 here at Parramatta. It's a Penrith home game. Now the changeover sees Penrith with the ball. Jenkins tackled, 15 out from his own line. Out of dummy half goes Dylan Edwards. Moses Leota comes back onto the field. I think that was a sixth interchange now for Penrith. They have a couple to go. There's a Parramatta play down in back play. 14 minutes 45 left. Penrith 42. Parramatta 8.
Yeah, I'm not too sure who's gone down here, but as soon as he hits the ground...
Might be Dury, Louis.
Yeah, it is Dury. He grabbed straight at his left knee and he put his hand up straight away. So that is not good for Dury.
On the text line, Phil and Mudgee says, Andrew Louis MC, just a question. When the Parra winger tried to stop the 40-20 when he touched the ball, he had his foot on the sideline, so I don't think Penrith should have got the ball back as the defender was out when he touched the ball.
Yeah, good point. That makes sense because you can actually put your foot out.
But this was Joash Papali.
He had his foot on the line when the ball touched it, so he was already out before he touched the ball. That's actually a good point.
But it's still a Penrith ball in that case.
Yeah, but you can do that. Only if it's in the air. What do I think?
Yeah, no.
I think it was in the air.
That was the perfectly correct scenario. Still Dury down. Guys, if hip-drop tackles are accidental, what's the point of suspension, says Bennett Cronulla. Well, the NRL is imploring clubs to train safer ways. The hip-drop, again, it's not intentional. It's been around in the game forever and a day, but it really does cause injury. And now Matt Dury, there's no hip-drop here, but he's been helped from the field. Michael Carianis with a pretty noticeable limp.
Yeah, he knew straight away. We're not sure, obviously, the extent of the injury. He did do his ACL in his final year for Canterbury. Well, back in 2021, Matt Dury, he knew he was in instant trouble with that knee injury, but let's hope it's not the worst.
So now it's Penrith with the footy, 24 out from their own line. I'm just trying to get around my head around that scenario with
The hip drop.
no, with Papali'i over on that eastern touchline. As now it's Penrith with the footy. Lussick, he's going to be caught 12 metres short of halfway. 14 minutes 30 to go. Penrith 42, Parramatta 8. Lussick goes right to Cleary. On the last, he drills a kick down to that eastern corner, and it is over that same touchline. So it'll be a Parramatta play the ball. 25 out from their own goal line with 14 minutes left to play here at Western Sydney Stadium. At this rate, Jenkins might break AJ's record by the end of the year, says Brendan. Janelle says, I think it's game set bingo, go Panthers. Yeah, we called that in the first half. Paul says, Alfie wouldn't have been on the field much if hip drops were around back then. Guys, can you get my kid a yell out? Her name is Ava and loves the game. Thanks for the coverage from Jeff in WA. Ava, hello. Nice to have you along. Hope you're enjoying the footy. Here's Kelma Tuolangi now. Got straight pass plays to Lungi. Tackled a metre in Penrith territory. It's played to De Silva. Goes left, Dylan Walker. Then centre of the field at Jack Williams. And he's tackled 8 metres in Penrith's half. Dummy half is De Silva. Oh, he nearly stumbled there, Williams, but he plays it okay. He comes right to Walker. Then away to Moses. Short ball, Russell. Great tackle, McLean. He's been great, hasn't he? Casey McLean. Jenkins in as well. 29 out from the Penrith line. Last tackle. Goes left to Moses. Crossfield kick, but shallow. Coming through, Kitione Kartonga. Punches the ball back for Parramatta. And now it's tipped on to Kelly to Adokar. Puts in a stab kick. Dylan Edwards got a cross. Has it in goal. Can't get free of the tackle. Goal line drop out Penrith. Just under 13 minutes to go. Penrith 42, Parramatta 8 here at Western Sydney Stadium.
It wasn't the prettiest set ends, but it was effective. A good chase. They tapped it back. They kept the ball alive, Parramatta, and they come up with a nice little touch on the end of it there from Josh Adokar. And they all turned up in numbers to stop Dylan Edwards from getting out. So not a bad little set end.
So now it is the line drop out from Cleary. This time he goes deep. It's taken by Barlow and halfway juggle it. Goes backwards though and recaps Scotch. And up he goes into the defence 8 metres in Penrith territory. That was a near thing for Junior Barlow. He plays the ball centre of the park to De Silva. Goes left to Williams. Jack Williams tackled 33 metres out from the Penrith line. Played to De Silva. Comes to the right, Walker. Moses, short ball to Alangi. He's taken in a 3-man tackle. McLean was there with Talangi and Papali'i. Plays it to De Silva. Goes left to Walker. Then away to Pezzett. Dummy's left, comes back to the right. Flick pass to Moses, 24 out. And he's... That's Casey McLean again.
He's been really good, Casey McLean.
Great ball and all tackle on Mitch Moses. 22 out in his centre field to Silva. Goes left to Walker. Then away to Pezzett. Away to Kautonga. Back to Pezzett. He got the pass back on the inside to Dylan Walker and he'll score. Well, this is almost a newsworthy event that Penrith has conceded 3 tries. Problem for Parra is Penrith has scored 7. 11 and a half to go. Penrith 42, Parramatta 12. The try, Luke Lewis, scored by Dylan Walker.
Yeah, Dylan Walker gets the try. I feel like it was sort of brewing for Parramatta. They had a couple of opportunities. They almost scored on the last play of the last set, but they didn't get it right. And then a really nice hole run there by Kautonga, and then pushed up in there in support was Peasant. Then just, again, little tip on, and he's unmarked. Is Dylan Walker. Goes under the sticks, but nice little bit of skill. Really good hole run. And Parramatta, well, they get a consolation try. And they'll be happy with that because there hasn't been any other team that's gone across the line 3 times. And I missed the kick. Sorry, mate.
That's all right. Doesn't matter at this point. Mitch Moses kicks it. His first of the day. 10 minutes 40 to go. Penrith 42 and Parramatta 14 to the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, and it's the first time in 4 rounds that the Panthers have conceded double digits this year. So, but this victory will be the 5th consecutive time they've beaten the Parramatta Eels, which is a club record against the Eels. So they're breaking records left, right and centre at the moment, the Panthers.
I don't reckon they'll be happy conceding 3 tries, oddly. 42-14 though. They've had this in the bag for a long, long time. On the text line, love hearing Luke Lewis, 100% one of Penrith Panthers' best. Not a Broncos fan by any means, but since the alleged fallout between Madge and the defensive coach, Teo, points scored against Brisbane Brisbane has gone from 66 in 2 games to 26 in 2 games. And 2 wins, says Shedman. I'm not expecting you to answer my text on air because obviously you have your favourites, all right? I won't. Where do you have the Knights finishing this year? Slater from Mackay. It's from the restart. The hit up comes 15 out from the Parramatta line. Louis?
I can't remember where I picked him at the start of the year.
We had them with a green light, right?
We did.
As Moses sends a wayward pass, going back for it is Papali. I thought he ran behind Sean Russell. He's taken anyway, 9 out from his own line.
Going off their start of the year form, I'm going to say they're going to be in the top 8.
A heck of a win today over Canterbury. As now here's an offload. And Parramatta has it. Pezzett tackled. 17 out from his own line on play 3. 10 minutes to go. Dennis Cowboys and Storm. Walker goes to his left. Pezzett. A long double cut out to Adokar. Got past To'o. He's played all right, Adokar, against Brian To'o. Cleary's there to make the tackle eventually with Alamotti. 14 short of halfway. 5 in from the eastern touchline. Plays the ball to Brian Kelly. Here's the kick downfield from Pezzett from inside the 40, looking for a 40-20, too much backspin. Edwards gets there, 12 metres out from his own line, heads to the 20, runs across field, a long pass away to Jenkins, and Jenkins puts the fend on Russell through him. Must make tackle here from Simonson, and he's good for it. About 34 out from the Penrith line. Jenkins plays it to Blaze Talangi away to McLean. Ran away from Walker, got past another attempted tackle, and he'll play it 8 short of halfway to Talangi. He goes himself over halfway into Moses and Russell, and he scored 5 metres in Parramatta's half. Penrith 42, Parramatta 14, with 9 minutes to go. The Panthers spread it right. Here's a little offload away from Alamotti to Garner. He's caught. I think that was To'o with the offload. No, it was right the first time. Alamotti. Garner plays it 40 out to Lussick. Comes left to Cleary. Lindsay Smith out the back. Talangi cut out ball. McLean takes on Russell. Accelerates. Beats Russell. And then dropped the ball. Picked up by Russell. Of course he did, because we'd just been wrapping him. And Parramatta come away with it. 28 out from their own line. Panthers 42. Eels 14. Touchline MC.
Yeah, with 8.5 minutes to go, the Panthers just want to get this game done and dusted. They have a big test next week up against the Melbourne Storm, and we know that they've dismantled everyone in front of them so far to start this year, but I'm looking forward to that one already next week.
Yeah, I think they're next to Melbourne and Canterbury as the Eels spread it left to Brian Kelly. He's going to be taken there by Garner and Alamotti. And To'o right on halfway, 15 in from the eastern touchline, played to Pezzett, goes right to Kitione Kautonga. He's scored 10 metres in Penrith territory. Dummy half to Silva. Long ball goes right to Walker. Short ball away. Williams beats 2. And now he's going to be taken, having got through Papali'i and Smith. Caught by Liotta. Now he's hurt. Struggles to his feet. 23 out on the last. Comes right to Moses. Plays out the back Papali. Little stab kick. Joash has got it and then threw it over the touchline. I thought MC was going to pick that up and dive over to score. But instead it's going to be a Penrith play the ball. 10 out from their own line. Time off.
On tackle 5. Ruling is passed in a touch from Parramatta. They claim a Parramatta support player was dragged back and unable to get to the ball.
That was Mitch Moses who went straight to the referee there. So
it's hard to tell though with Mitch, isn't it? What's real and what's
I know, he blows up a little bit too much. So
it's on Sean Russell, I think.
Parramatta have kicked the ball. There's no impeding of the kicker.
It's Jenkins against Russell.
Support players.
No, that's fine. The ball's been passed. Jenkins has not touched Russell. They're turning to make a play.
At this stage, Sean Russell and Tom are shoulder to shoulder.
Papali'i regains it.
He's passed the ball, so he's entitled to go now.
She could easily be forgiven for thinking the pass was meant for Russell rather than meant for Michael Carianis, where it ended up over the touchline. I'm saying no penalty, Luke Lewis. What say you?
I'm saying no penalty, but
what say you, Michael?
So initially it is shoulder to shoulder. Conor Jenkins' left arm.
I'm saying penalty.
Now pulls Sean's right arm and affects the support player. The captain's challenge is successful.
I still disagree.
Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, tough call. The Brian To'o just come from the field, boys. He doesn't look like he's injured. So, I'll just try and get an update there. That's a rejig of that Panthers backline. Paul Alamotti to right wing, Luke Garner to right centre.
I don't think he's looked himself all game, Brian Toll. Thank you, Michael, as Moses finds touch. 12 out for the Penrith line, looking for a fourth try against Penrith. Tap taken, Moses goes left to Silver, away to Sam Tulvadi. Tackle 5 out for the goal line. 5 tackles left here for the Parramatta Eels to Silver. Double pumps it away left to Walker. He turns the ball back on the inside to Williams. He's tackled 8 metres out from the goal line. Para fans cheering for their team. De Silva goes left to Pezzett. Then a ball away to Papali. He jinks back across field, but the defence is waiting for him. Headed up by Lussick, and is that Liam Martin it is. 6 out from the goal line. Played to De Silva. Long ball goes right. Pezzett plays out the back. Walker away Moses. Great pass away to support. It ends up with Russell. He nearly blew it. He juggled it with no one in front of him. Regathers at the score in the corner. 6.5 to go. Penrith 42, Parramatta 18. Kick to come.
Well, Parramatta look dangerous, don't they, when they shifted to the edge, when they shifted to their edges. And they've caused a bit of drama for Penrith's edges a couple of times tonight, but they got caught there. Penrith, they just come up and in a little bit too much. They went to no man's land and just some really nice passing. But when their passes are out in front, Parramatta, they looked really crisp. And it was funny, you don't realise how much he actually almost drops that ball there, Sean Russell. He comes totally out of his grasp, gets it and puts it straight back down, scores a nice try.
So Mitch Moses will try and convert. 24 metres out, a metre in from the western touchline. Moses 1 from 3. 7 tries to 4 now. That doesn't sound quite as bad as 42 to 18. Moses, right on the touchline. In or out, Louis? Quick.
Out.
I'll say in. Here comes Moses. He strikes it. He likes it. He has kicked the goal. Flags are up. He's now 2 out of 4. 42 to 20. Penrith over Parramatta. Back down to Michael Carianis.
Yeah, some bad news regarding Matt Dury. Fears a possible ACL. So that would be back-to-back ACLs for the Parramatta Eels, given Jermaine and Hopgood's season ended last week. Matt Dury fears it's an ACL. He did that in 2021. I'm not sure if it's the same knee or not, Andrew. And then Isaiah Yongi failed to finish the game with that ankle injury as well. So he'll have scans tomorrow. So the injuries are building up for the Eels early in the season.
Yeah, that's horrible news. All right, thank you, Michael. Let's update some scores around the grounds with here 42-20, Penrith leading Parramatta. We've got Queensland Cup underway second half. Burleigh Bears 16 leading Northern Pride 12. Second half, Western Clydesdales now leading Sunshine Coast 18-12. Well, the Dolphins have scored first to lead the PNG Hunters 4 points to 0. Netball underway first quarter. New South Wales Swifts away leading Sunshine Coast Lightning 15-12. Parramatta blindside raid. Moses to Tuolangi. Runs into McLean and also Lussick and Papali'i 13 metres short of halfway. Ball play to De Silva. Goes left to Moses. Find out to Walker. Then away to Pezzett. Got the pass to Joash Papali. Accelerates and he's taken 5 short of halfway, having beaten Cleary. Put down by Liam Martin. Played to Kitiani Kartonga. Goes to the right. Pezzett to Walker to Moses. Then he links up with Russell. Tries to split them. Loses the ball in the tackle of Jenkins and McLean. Knock on. And Penrith will get a scrum feed. A metre or two short of halfway. 4.5 left. Penrith 42. Parramatta 20. Earlier today, an upset win. Newcastle, brilliant. 24-16 over Canterbury Bankstown at Stadium Australia. Bulldogs have lost 3 in a row at their home ground. The next game is there as well against South Sydney, and that being on Good Friday. And later, Cowboys and Storm will be off to Quentin Hull, Lachlan Coote and Laurie Spooner in about 8 minutes, actually. Scrum won by Penrith, and it comes to the right to Alamonte, centre field. He scored 3 metres in Parramatta's half. Based on the performance, Parramatta form not too shabby. Great call, says Mike in Mackay. Panther Storm next week. Why the ref getting such a soft draw? Here it's in centre field. Offload by Liotta to Lussick. Goes right to Lindsay Smith, away to Cleary. Bustles away from one. Runs around in circles. Claimed by Kelly. 34 out from the Parramatta line. 3 tackles into the set. Down to the right, Edwards. Martin, quick hands away with the pass. Links up with Garner. He stands in the tackle, 25 out from the goal line. Now Lussick, open side left to Edwards. Then away to Cleary, who put on a magician's performance in the first half. Away to Billy Phillips, smashed to the ground. 18 out, last tackle. Lussick goes right to Cleary, keeps alive to Leota. He goes, want me on the last? He just gets it to Edwards, puts in a kick. Ricochet, straight back to Leota. It was a plan all along. 6 more tackles for Penrith, 17 out. He plays the ball to Lussick. Dummies open side left, goes short side right to Edwards. Scampered through one, claimed 8 metres out from the line. Ellen to go here, 2 minutes 54 seconds. Penrith, Cleary, goes left to Lindsay Smith. Show and go up the middle. Then a wraparound ball to Lungy. Papali throws it on the ground. McLean picks it up, throws a gypsy doodle out the back of Tom Jenkins. I think that's 10 for him this year, is it? Try awarded. Penrith 46, Parramatta 20, 2.5 to go. There's a bit of trickery, a bit of Harlem Globe trying to stuff in there, Luke Lewis. And it's Jenkins with a double.
Yeah, Jenkins scores another great try, but some just nice ball movement. It was a really good pass or offload. I actually thought Lindsay Smith was going to go through, keeps the ball alive, then gets it out the back. Then it's not the prettiest of passes, and McLean has to come up a bit of a pick-up off the ground, which he does a great job. And I thought he was going to try and get over himself, but he has to flick past it. Parramatta players get there, and then Jenkins, he's unmarked and just strolls over. It's like there's a little walk in the park and gets a double for the night.
And back downstairs for Michael Carianis.
Yes, another try there for the Penrith Panthers. They're just too good, aren't they? They're just a class above everyone else. Their undefeated run to this season continues, and I just don't know how they lose.
46 to 20, 2.5 to go. How are we going time-wise here? 6 minutes left of the broadcast. I don't know whether we'll get a chance to get live reaction. Cleary lining up the kick, 21 metres out, 3 in from the western touchline. Tom Jenkins, just a try-scoring phenom. So Cleary, this is a good test for his perfect record tonight, which is 7 from 7. The halftime score was 30 points to 4. So 16 all in the second half, for what that's worth. Cleary right foot kick. El Perfecto tonight. A late challenge. Here he comes with the right boot. Cleary strikes it, likes it, kicks it again. 8 out of 8. And it's now Penrith 48, Parramatta 20. 1 minute 51 to play here at Western Sydney Stadium. Louis, get your ABC Player of the Year points ready after a dominant win by Penrith, although they will tell you they're not happy with their second half defence. So now the kickoff to come. To make all Parramatta fans feel better, Parramatta has scored 150% of all tries scored against Penrith for the year so far. Congrats, finally, Parramatta actually can prove themselves against good teams. There's a good positive half glass full take. Kickoff taken by Edwards. Passes it left to Leota. Ran straight through to Alungi and now put down 12 out from his own goal line. Comes centre field left. Garner with the ball for Penrith. As we're down to 90 seconds remaining. Penrith on its own 20-metre line. Dummy half Lussick. Goes left to Billy Phillips with a left foot step into Walker and Kelma to Alangi. Sam Tuivati. He'll play it just inside his 30. 19 in from the western touchline. There's some entanglement there. Now he's free. Played to Lussick. Goes right to Smith. Up the middle. Just over the 30-metre line. So I said Parramatta second half tries over or under a half. You went under. And I said over under 50 points for 49.5 for Penrith, and you went over. Well, they're 1.5 behind. Tantalising. Comes away to Cleary. Obviously attempting there at 40-20, but he drilled it straight down to Papali. Joash brings it back over the 30 into the defence. Isaiah Iongi leaving the field injured earlier, and Parramatta 12 short of halfway.
I need an intercept here.
Well, you were pleading for a late Jenkins try. Was that last week against the Roosters?
Yeah, that was coming, but they just...
No one gave him the ball. 10 short of halfway. So comes left edge. Parramatta with it.
You've got to throw some cutout passes, Parramatta.
Hello, Carr plays it. Only 24 seconds to go. Peasant to the right. Oh, Moses tipped it on for Kelma Tuolangi, but he holds onto the footy, accelerates and tackled. 8 metres in Penrith territory. 15 seconds to go. Dummy half is De Silva. Goes left centre field. Through hands. Moretti to Peasant to Kelly. Lovely scything tackle around the legs by Garner. 31 out. Last play of the game. Addo Carr goes right to Peasant. The bomb from 30 out will barely get to the 20. Up goes Blaze Tuolangi. He's got it. That's it. Penrith wins to remain unbeaten in 2026 by the scoreline of 48 points to 20. For Penrith, the tries were scored by Isaiah in the 6th minute, Isaiah Papali'i in the 11th, Blaze Tuolangi 13th, Lindsay Smith 26th, Casey McLean 28th, Paul Alamotti 55th, and then Tom Jenkins in the 58th and 78th minutes. He's now got 10 tries on the year, Tom Jenkins. Nathan Cleary, 8 from 8. Mitch Kenny on report and in the bin for a hip drop on Isaiah Iongi. Scott Sorensen on report for a high shot on Matt Dury in the 49th minute. 4 restarts and an unsuccessful challenge. 20 points for Parramatta. Tries to Josh Addo-Carr in the 22nd minute. Bailey Simonson in the 47th. Dylan Walker in the 69th and Sean Russell in the 74th. Mitch Moses 2 from 4. 7 restarts. Penalties. 6-5 to Parramatta. Convincing win though for Penrith. 48-20. Having led 30-4 at half time. The crowd 22,813. And quickly, Louis, your ABC Player of the Year points.
I went Nathan Cleary for 3 again, just a genius. I went Casey McLean 2, had an outstanding game out there on the left edge, and Lindsay Smith up through the middle. I thought he was brilliant. He gets my 1.
3 points Nathan Cleary, 2 points Casey McLean, 1 point Lindsay Smith. Penrith 48 defeat Parramatta 20. Thank you to Michael Carianis. He'll bring you post-game reaction after the Cowboys Storm game with Quentin Hull. And thank you to Ralph Tucker, our producer, to our man of sound, Dennis Carnahan, and to Adam Jones and Ronell Moore back in the studio. And thank you for listening so far today. The Knights over the Bulldogs 24-16. The Panthers over the Eels 48 points to 20. What on earth happens next? We're about to find out on ABC Sport. Welcome to listeners on Melbourne News Radio. The Storm playing the Cowboys at Townsville Stadium. Quentin Hull on the call. Good evening to you, Q.
Thank you, Andrew, and welcome to Townsville for those just joining. Penrith 48, Parramatta 20, and Newcastle 24, Canterbury Bankstown 16. Those other scores of earlier today, but great to have our news radio audience with the rest of you here on a lovely night for football in Townsville. Not too hot and not too humid, so I think the Storm will be happy to come to this part of the world with conditions presented in a quite kind manner. It can be pretty oppressive in the early stages of autumn in this part of the country. Great to be alongside a man that's won titles not only at this club but over in the UK Super League as well. Lachlan Coote is alongside me. Laurie Spina's down on the touchline, and the news from the teams as expected. Nick Meaney is not playing for Melbourne. He has a back complaint, so young Siu Tuimalatu Brown, the 22-year-old, will play just his 2nd game in the NRL. He has been named on the wing for the Storm, while for the Cowboys, they're 1-13, and it does take noting that Cohen Hess has been in the number 8 jumper the last couple of weeks, but has started from the bench. He is due to start on the field tonight. We'll go through those 2 teams in full in just a moment, and as ever, you're welcome to contribute on the SMS. 0467 920 222 is the number. Lockie, great to be alongside you for this one. Always exciting to have a Saturday night game in Townsville, and I think even the locals here, they come out to see the Storm because they realise just the excellence that they bring every time they turn up, albeit they're looking to back up after a loss last week. How are you?
Oh, I'm going good. Yeah, it's good to be here and excited. And like you said, Saturday night footy. It's the only game that Townsville likes, I think. Everyone can make these games. They come from far and wide, so it's going to be a good turnout tonight. And like you mentioned, they also show up for Melbourne Storm as well, because I think we do have some fans up here.
We just expect that the Storm will bounce back. Before we ask you about the Cowboys, there's always a few problems that Craig Bellamy seems to solve. Every season we seem to see key pieces of